Twitch. Hello, everybody. How's it going? There is something stuck under my mute key, and that is not acceptable. We're gonna fix that real quick. Amadeus, Zenobia, thank you for the 2 months of subscriptions. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the team. Running a little bit behind today. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So, make sure that I have put the self promo link everywhere it needs to go. I have not. Just gonna wrap this up real quick. I am almost done. By the way, for those of you that may be new here, welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing a game of D&D today, and for the next 20 minutes, we'll be answering questions, interacting with chat, and then after that, we will not be talking to chat for the duration of the game, unless it's through chat itself. There was something else I was... the music that you just heard at the beginning of the stream was made for us, dedicated to the game, by the uncle of one of our players. His name is Kevin O'Connell. You guys should go check him out on Spotify. He just released a new album. And without further ado, I think I'm going to join the Discord channel.
Good. Oh, I would have told you to
Hello,
go
everybody.
for like a OnePlus.
I don't know.
That's one of my favorite phone companies. I like OnePlus a lot.
Oh yeah, I just don't have a lot of money to spend. So
Fair, understandable.
this one was like $200. So
Hi, we are live.
How are you?
Hello,
everybody.
So
how goes?
it does go. A little bit of Ashley lore today.
Here we go.
Yeah,
You did it. You finally did it. You destroyed the entire universe. Okay,
so,
thanks. Great job.
Fun fact, I know I mentioned this in the Discord, but for those of you that didn't know, I went a full 3 years without having any sort of alcoholic beverage. And this Monday, myself, Tess, Dan, and another friend of ours, Hunter, took my brother out to the Bear's Den bar, and we celebrated his 21st birthday by all of us getting drunk. So that was fun. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I thought I'd be like very stressed out because I was drinking. But no, I was actually really relaxed. It was a lot of fun. The drinks were not that bad. And then we came home and drank some more until I fell asleep. So that was fun. Some more Ashley lore. My wallet took a hit because my car payment came out twice, which means that I'm now overdrafted by like $300.
So, are you going to get refunded that other one?
I'm working on getting a refund.
That'll still be.
But it'll be 3 to 5 business days before I hear any sort of update on it. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
Question from chat: who is more dangerous, drunk Lady Ashley or Althea when drunk?
Well,
I know who I would bet.
Who would
I
you
would.
bet?
Althea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibly.
I'd definitely say that Althea is more dangerous. Because I just turned into a cuddle bug.
Yeah.
There's 4 versions of drunk Lady Ashley. There's paranoid, there's cuddlebug, there's horny, and then there's just depressed. So
Yeah. I think I don't have that first one. But yeah. The other ones, sure. This is a family channel though, so I won't get into the one. Is it a family channel?
we are
Actually,
an
we've got a
18
pretty horny
plus
gang.
we are an 18 plus channel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. So
Okay, well, I figured out when drunk I am really good at undoing belts and pants.
ooh.
Like very easily. I can't friggin' do it sober, but drunk I
So
sure can.
scandalous.
Yes.
So Dan and I went out for dinner last night. We tried out this new Mexican place in town, and I came home with over half of my plate because it was so damn filling. So I have been working on tamales all
Mm,
evening. So yeah,
nice.
it is. How have you been?
Me?
Either
Nice.
of you, yes.
I've been tired. Started new job. Am tired.
Really? How's that going?
Um, slow so far, but like I don't really want to announce anything on the like where I'm working, but haven't had enough to do yet, and I think I'll actually be less tired and feel better once it's busier and I'll have more to do because standing around in a really hot place is not fun for me.
Right.
So I'm delivering. That's what I'll tell people. So if I can get out of there and doing deliveries more, which I've had a few, but then I'm in an air conditioned car and it's so much better.
Mhm.
By the way, I do want to mention again, for those of you that didn't know, our the person that made our theme song, which has yet to be named, almost a month and a half later.
I thought it was The Journey Begins.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the name.
That's what we agreed upon.
I didn't remember. A journey begins.
Yep.
I'm gonna write that down. But for those of you that were unaware, uh, the person that made the theme song, A Journey Begins, Kevin O'Connell, has just released released an album on Spotify,
His
and you guys
his
should go check
first
it out.
album ever.
Yes, it's pretty good.
He's never actually released an album before. He's always done like little piecemeal stuff and he's always done collaborations with people, but he's never actually released his own album. This is the first album he's ever released in 40 years.
Second question from chat: which of the player characters would be the most successful working at Burger King, and which do you think would be the first to get fired?
I think Joyblade would be the first to get fired.
I don't know. I think Joyblade would last longer than Arabella.
I think
Oh,
so
yeah,
too.
you're right. I wasn't thinking about that. As for the best, I might say Althea, maybe, or maybe Ari. He's very charming. Yeah,
That's true.
probably
He
he'd
brings
probably
in
get
all the
all kinds of
ladies.
tips, even though they're not supposed to take tips. Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
And Briar is most likely to have a mean customer make her cry and
Yes.
and wind up, yeah, quitting possibly. I don't think she'd get fired.
Arena, master of the drive-through. Hi, Bryn.
Hello.
Hello.
What
Out of everybody, we think that Ari would probably be the best worker at Burger King.
You'll have to drink out.
probably not.
You have
Some
that
person-
charisma.
Some person comes back around through the drive-thru, opens their burger at the window, says, "What is this? Why is there a feather on my burger?"
Hey. And I was just like,
Pickles are
hi,
good.
it's fucking part of the meal. Why don't you enjoy it for yourself? But
Pickles
yeah,
are good. I don't care what anybody else says. Pickles are good.
pickles are only good on chicken sandwiches that are hot.
I do love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickles
That
are
is
best just by themselves.
There you go. I don't like pickles on
Whereas
burgers because
I like
they
using them.
Yeah.
Okay. I like putting them in my Bloody Marys instead of celery.
that's weird. Why?
It isn't weird. It's actually pretty.
You know,
Make-
that
like,
actually sounds
pretty
pretty
common.
interesting.
It's done all the time. What? It's not weird. I
In
just
Colorado,
don't like
maybe.
celery. Okay, whatever. Like
I'm just
lime
picturing somebody
juice and
using
sour
a.
things go with.
I'm just picturing somebody using a piece of celery as a straw, drinking their Bloody Mary.
I
You
wasn't
do
talking
that
about
over
as a
here.
straw, just as a stirrer. Like I've seen bacon in them and all
Yep.
kinds.
What the
weirded
hell?
out by a pickle.
Yeah.
Bacon?
That's
You haven't had
It's a
bacon?
breakfast drink.
Yeah, it's a breakfast drink.
They're
It's like
They're basically a snack. I mean, the whole Bloody Mary is
What?
basically a
yeah.
snack.
Oh, you are a sweet summer child.
I swear, if I
One
get
that
called
likes
baby
things
one
here,
more
so-
fucking time.
Maybe I just know more than you do, Brian, about Bloody Marys.
Fight, 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 fight.
Yeah, he knows more than me about plenty of other things. So, did he go away?
Yeah, for me, I've been on the phone with Newegg and UPS trying to get my order taken care of, but they finally got an update for me about my 4070 Ti. And I was like, by the time that had happened, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well go ahead and just spend an extra 150 to $200 and get the most powerful AMD card that's out right now and just return that one. And it'll literally cost me what, $15 more a month? Whatever. So now I've got a 7900 XTX coming instead, and that's going to be here by Saturday.
God damn.
Yeah. It comes with a fucking GPU bracket, and it's like, it's so
I
heavy.
bet it fucking does. My 3060 came with a little piece of plastic that you put between the corner of the card and the bottom of the case so that it
GPU
keeps
sag.
it from sagging.
Yeah. I had my buddy do a little twisty thing on his 3D printer for mine. Going for a brain transplant, but would change their what?
Okay, what? I gotta look
Which
at this.
character would be the one that goes in for a brain transplant but would change their mind first? I think this is actually meant to be a pun. Change their mind because they're getting a brain transplant.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So,
I don't see any of us trying that.
Yeah.
no.
But good updates for Sunday's game. My buddy Jake is going to be joining.
Okay.
My buddy Jake and I have been friends for 13 years. He's former Air Force. He was ammo, so he dealt with loading up the A-10 Warthogs over in Ramstein Air Base for quite some time. And yeah, he is one of my best friends.
Did you get it all
well,
good
tell-
with the DM?
Yeah, that's who we got it with.
Okay,
We
good.
talked with us
Of course.
beforehand.
All right.
Tell
well,
him- Tell him that the soldier thanks him for his service.
Oh, of course. We got an
A-10s are
air-
my favorite
I love
call for
A10s.
artillery.
Oh, yeah. They aren't even aircraft. They're just artillery with wings.
There is you cannot tell me that there is a better sound in the world than an A10 flyby with a gun run.
I'm sorry. There's nothing more hilarious than listening to the sound of a gun that was made by a washing machine company.
True story. Yeah. If I
Yeah.
remember right, it was made by General Electric.
Yep, it was made by General Electric.
My
It's just-
favorite sound is my little birdie grinding her beak. I'm sorry.
It's just like
They
so
grind their
wholesome.
beak when they're happy, and it's just, yeah, it's so soothing and nice.
So wholesome, and then so wholesome. Because there's
What?
holes in
Oh,
everything afterwards.
yeah.
What?
Because the chain gun.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
Holes
Uh,
everywhere.
Hi, Brad.
oh, hi, Brad.
Hey guys.
Brad.
Oh, you feeling better?
A bit.
That's good to
You
hear.
know, you've been sick for almost a month now.
Off and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went from COVID into bronchitis. So yeah.
Ooh.
I've been there. Uh,
I managed to avoid the strep throat that both of my kids got, so
yay.
that was good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you didn't get it when we were in Colorado, so that's good.
Yeah. That was a close one.
Yeah.
That's probably why I managed to avoid it, is because I got out of the house
Mm,
away from the plague.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not looking forward to today.
What?
I'm probably I am, or either Rosie is probably going to like weep tears today.
Mm.
Why?
You'll find out.
I always look forward to game days.
Yeah. No, in character, of course.
Yeah.
But it's just like this all depends on certain things that are going to happen in this time frame, because
No spoilers.
you
Yeah,
were
just,
there.
I know. I was just. It was literally just for the funny.
Yeah, it was just like you were there. She may have to bury a bird today.
Speaking of that, what are your thoughts so far on the new Ranger?
I like it. I like the way that this is working is definitely aligning with Arena's mindset. Because in Arena's mind, right off the bat, she was not fast enough to get to Avon. She's been not fast enough to get to the dwarf that got away. She's been not fast enough. And so she is taking steps to rectify that.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
No, it's
No, he's talked to us all about it. I
talk
think.
to us all about it. Yeah. Because one of the few things I've noticed is like I automatically got that 10 foot of movement speed that I was talking about before. It was instead 15, is now just 10, which is no big deal. But there's a spell that I'm going to love.
Kangaroo, hello.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Zephyr Strike, Brad?
Yeah, the name of it sounds familiar. I don't remember off the top of my head what it does.
It's a first level spell for concentration up to a minute. Until the spell ends, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one attack roll It gives an extra 1d8 force damage, and whether you hit or miss, your walking speed increases by 30 feet until the end of that turn. So every turn for a minute until I get hit, I have 70 feet of flight speed.
Well, Kangaroo, I hope things are going better for you there.
Yeah.
I think it's been rough for a lot of people.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people saying life has been rough, including me.
Yeah. I just got my fucking tooth removed yesterday. Ugh.
Oh, I'm sorry about that again.
Yeah, it's all good.
I
Yeah.
Why,
made,
did you knock
he
his
broke
tooth
his
out?
tooth on. He
No.
broke his tooth on something I made him eat.
Yeah. They were forcing me to eat brie, and
Not the sort of thing I expect you to crack a tooth on, I have to
yeah,
say.
well, I mean, Colorado saltine crackers are apparently pretty fucking hard. So it cracked one of my molars,
Jeez.
and I was like, well, that's great. So a whole part of it came off, and even the doc was like, yeah, there's no point in salvaging that. Like, if you do
Oh,
that,
geez.
it's going to cost like $5,000 to get a crown and everything like that in there. And just like, it's just easier if you really absolutely need to just get a flipper and you can just put it in there.
What's
And
a
I'm like,
flipper?
it's like a retainer, but it has a mold of your tooth in it.
Yeah,
So it
I've seen
goes into the
those.
spacer where it used to be.
Yeah.
So it looks like you have a full smile, but you could just take it out.
I see.
I will not try to like peer pressure you into eating something anymore. I promise.
I told you, I'm not a soft cheese guy. I'm a semi-hard cheese guy.
Okay.
I know you were talking about crackers during that entire time, but
But what?
nothing,
All good.
nothing. Mm.
You excited today, Rosie, about you and I's heartfelt moment?
I am, but I'm also I'm still trying to rack my brain on how exactly I want to respond.
I know.
You guys, I just had the worst thing happen right before I got on.
What's that?
A friend of mine was like, "Oh, I got you a gift to celebrate that you're feeling better." And I go, "Okay, what is it?" She hands me a little box and she goes, "I don't want you to open it with me here. I'm going to go." I open it and it's a set of dice to go for Arabelle and then one to go for Fauna. But when I opened it, glitter fucking flew out. Glitter bombed, and there's glitter all over my floor, and I'm losing my mind.
Okay, since
Oh
Ashley
no.
confirmed this is an adult channel, I will just say it's the herpes of crafting.
I was
supplies.
about to say it's the craft herpes.
Yep.
God
No, I'm like,
damn it.
I'm like, it's time for the game. I don't have time to clean all this. So I cleaned some of it, and then I just told Skyla, please don't roll around in this.
Yeah, that's
Please.
absolutely not going to happen tonight while you're playing D&D.
Yeah, she's
I
gonna
know.
roll on everything.
She's gonna be in the middle of that aforementioned heartfelt moment, and then we're just gonna hear, Skylar, no!
Pretty much. I have my eyes on the spot right now. Just keeping an eye on it.
Oh no.
I love my friends. I've got such great friends, you guys.
I have such great friends. I have such great friends. I have such great friends. You want to kill all of them.
I do want to say, because I know that there are people in here that would get me presents, I absolutely abhor glitter.
Oh, you did.
As a former
You
goth,
told me that.
I used to use glitter a lot on purpose, but I stopped because it's apparently bad for the environment.
Yeah, I don't understand why people choose to use glitter, because you never get rid of it, ever. It's always
because it
there.
was pretty. I liked it. I liked being
Like,
sparkly.
I don't even know how it's made. It's just... Ugh.
I don't know.
I left Cass and I alone one time when we were decorating pumpkins, and he came back with Skyla, and we had glitter like covering my floor, covering us. And yeah, it took me months to get that all cleaned up.
Okay, we have a question in here again. We had to pick one player character to give glitter to. Who and why?
Oh, Avon, easily.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that works.
I was about to say, if you guys say Arabella just because she's a vampire and you're going for the Twilight thing, I'm gonna have to kill someone.
No, that's
Sparkly
that's
vampire.
low hanging fruit, Rosie. Come on now.
Saya would be the one
Saya would
sending
be the
the
one
glitter.
sending
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well,
Probably.
speaking
That
of
sounds-
Saya and Avon and all the rest of the characters, who's ready for the recap?
Yes.
Me.
Well, don't
Wait,
don't
is
all
Jeff?
shout
Is
out at
everybody
once.
here yet?
Yeah,
I'm here.
Jeff's here.
I'm here.
Jeff
Oh, you
just
are here.
didn't say
Awesome.
anything, so
Just listening to
without
all the
further
shenanigans.
ado, let me do this
Okay.
and let's listen to his recap.
Oh, hey everybody. This is Auric Stormrun, the Knight of the Baba Yaga and Lover. So, anyways, I thought I would just pop in and see how things are going with my niece and my nephew, and boy, are they going. So they secured passage on a ship from their loving Auntie Soraya, which was great. The whole gang headed north. Couple things on the agenda. You know, they got to find the circus for Joyblade. They got to stop a wedding and prevent two people from having marital bliss, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, it's complicated. We crashed a party once, but that was a different thing. Anyway, so they end up north, landed in Marsh Hollow and have to decide on how to get to Holdremos. And on paper, of course, the best option would be hippos, so they chose the hippos. I'm very, very proud of them for choosing the hippos. They landed a cultist camp. It was kind of like a tourist trap sort of thing, but, people seemed to enjoy it, and then Arabella maybe activated the cultist stones, and there was a lot of blood, and people got high and kind of had a sexual experience. Definitely not going to tell Chris or Vinhorn about that one. Seemed pretty fun, though. The next morning, they continued up the river towards Holdremos proper, and Briar on her very cute bee pancake, they spot the Jaeger, and then the blue people that fought my loving Baba Yaga's armies and repelled them. This is very concerning that they were all there waiting for them. But, they charged in like the heroes they are to save the circus people. Carnies? I don't think that's the right word for it. Anyways, they go in, and Joyblade talks a big game that he could not back up in the least bit. Really got his ass kicked. But they did manage to kill the Jaeger and seemed like they were on the ropes for a little bit. Irina's companion, Shay went down, very sad. Joyblade goes down, but then he gets up, and then he goes down again. But then he's back up, so, Ari breaks his arm, Althea gets dirt in her eyes. It's not a good situation. They seem to be in a rough spot. And then suddenly the doctor calls off the attack, and that's kind of it. They all leave. Strange. I don't know. The group takes the mask off the Jaeger, too, and they see that it's actually Joyblade's friend from the institution he left behind, which is pretty sad. And yeah, it's pretty touching. Bloody, but not beaten. They're still hanging in there. And then I guess we jump right back in. Oh, and Lizette was there the whole time. Just stupid Lizette.
Stupid Lizette. Yes.
We all just forgot about her.
I haven't forgotten. She's in Holdremos right now. We have to go get her.
Yeah.
Amazing performance as always, Jeff.
Appreciate it.
Brad?
Nice.
All right.
Auric-
Has everybody had a chance to look over the new death save?
Yes.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
look over it again real quick, and I'm also gonna read it so chat can hear it, because this was something new that just went into effect. So we are utilizing a homebrew rule known as the death cycle. It looks like it has a little bit of a twist on it. So the rules are, when a player reaches 0 HP, they enter the death cycle for death saves. While under the death cycle, characters have half speed and disadvantage on all rolls. Enemies have advantage on any saves imposed by the player. Players have one action, which is chosen between main, bonus, or reaction per round, not including movement. Players roll their death saves at the end of their turn. If they used an action this round, the save is rolled at disadvantage. Damage from enemies does not impose failed death saves, but failed death saves carry over until a short rest. If characters' damage reaches their max health, they are instantly dead. A character cannot heal themselves or stabilize themselves while in the death cycle. And for the purposes of healing, a character in the death cycle is treated as being at 0 HP, which means that any healing given to them will bring them to positive numbers. That sound about right, Brad?
Sounds like the way I wrote it.
Cool. Of course, chat, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out either in the chat or in the Discord, and we will be more than happy to answer those when we can. But with all that being said, who's ready to play some D&D?
Yeah. So for everyone else at the table, anyone have any questions or comments about the new death save rule?
No, I'll let everyone know how it is because I'll be the first to test drive it. I have a feeling.
What I really liked about it was I disliked the I'm unconscious, I'm awake, I'm unconscious, I'm awake.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know how
also-
us old guys would fix that?
Would you
You're
just die when you
unconscious.
hit 0?
You're still unconscious. You're still unconscious. Yeah, you're stabilized, but you're going to be unconscious for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
And when you do get up, you're going to need a week of rest before you can do anything.
Yeah.
Brad, you also added a thing with the crits, right? Because Joyblade got a crit and he had like a lingering. His nose got broken or something, right? We added.
We discussed that if you get crit, you will take a scar from a crit.
That's right.
And that's mostly just for like a flavorish thing. Like at a certain point, you can be like sitting in a bar. Oh, this is the scar I got when I sparred George Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tess, thank you for the 11 months subscribed with Prime.
Yes.
Okay, if anybody has any other concerns about that, and as usual with house rules, as we get into it and we start fiddling with it, we may decide this doesn't quite work the way we like and we want to move it. But I think I'll be able to have more, I can do more with you guys not being unconscious for a death save and then awake. There's much more story that I can tell with you being in this horrible wounded state than just unconscious.
Cool.
So if we're all good with that, let's go ahead and play some D.
Yep.
Now recording.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Craig.
Hello.
All right. Pick up right off where we left with you guys over here, just a little south of Holdremos in the carnival that's been kind of set up here in the wetlands. It's weird. It seems everything over here is like swamp except for this pack of earth that the carnival was set up on, which, would seem a lot weirder if you didn't also realize, well, this carnival kind of carries its own dimensional space with it. So it makes sense that it would kind of, within its boundaries, the terrain is whatever they need it to be. But yeah, Dagon comes out of the tent holding a fully solved Rubik's Cube, looking at all of you. If someone start a party without me, what? Joyblade, who are you visiting for? Have you come back to rejoin the circus?
Dagan, what the fuck happened here? We've got Lizette like a town over waiting for you guys. There was a whole thing. This is my friend. He's dead now. Where have you been? Were you able to walk out of that tent the whole time, or what's been going on?
I've been trying to solve this puzzle cube. Yes, your unfortunately recently deceased friend there bet me that I couldn't solve it. I've showed him though.
Well done, Dagan. So
Only took me 2 weeks.
that timeline matches what I would expect. Look, as he died, his soul went into Arabella's cutlass, and I'll like gesture towards the ghost cutlass. Perhaps the seer or one of you could help us, I don't know, extract his soul to let it pass on. I'd like to lay him to rest, but this is beyond any of my experience.
Arabella's just over there like, I don't think you can get the soul out of it, but okay.
Or am I not? It. He goes, well, Miss Bella, is it? If you would like to go talk to Amelia, our fortune teller, she's quite good at a few other things other than just fortune telling. She might be able to assist in that some way.
Yes,
Briar
I
was
was
actually
hoping you
heading.
could. Go ahead.
She was heading into the tent rather than talking to Dagan because she figured people still need to be rescued. So
Okay. So Briar's taking the other tent, seeing you see you go like each tent you find one of the other carnival people are just like shackled up with a bit of runes around them. And
Althea's sorry.
okay.
Althea's gonna be going over to Rena and checking on her.
Arena's not doing good.
Finishing what I was saying, Arabella's going to say, yes, I would actually really love to be able to speak to the seer. I do have other thoughts as well that I'd love to talk with her of.
Okay. Cool. You go. He points out which tent would be hers. You go head off that way.
As I head off with Arabella, sorry, Brett, I'm gonna quickly turn to Ari and go, you're basically like the holiest person I've encountered. Can you help me lay my friend to rest? Even we'll figure out the soul thing, but I don't know who else to ask for this type of thing, and it seems like you would know.
We can bury him and give him a proper funeral, I suppose. Yeah.
All right, thank you. We'll speak with Amelia and we'll be back. Thank you, and I'll head off with Arabella.
Somebody got a shovel?
You see, one of the other ones speaks up. It goes, yeah, we got some shovels over here.
All righty. Who's gonna help me dig some graves here?
Do you say that in front of Arena?
Probably, considering
Yeah,
we
probably.
haven't
Yeah.
moved.
Arena is there's tears falling through her eyes right now. Like Shay's dead. You hear that? It's like, oh great, completely nonchalant. Okay, cool.
The orc strongman Gronk puts a big meaty hand on your shoulder. I help you dig the holes.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Meanwhile,
Anybody need any healing before I get busy on this? Anyone?
I think we
I think a
all.
lot of us are pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I got healing to go around.
I
Who
doubt
needs
anyone
what?
kept their HP after they leveled up. So
No.
you just say Ari goes around and puts everybody at a comfortable level with his lay on hands.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
And Ari, you go off with Gronk to start digging some graves. Althea and Urina.
Althea puts a hand on Irina's shoulder. You know, she died as a warrior.
She didn't have to.
But she chose to.
Why am I not fast enough?
Well, There could be a multitude of reasons, but if you want my blunt, honest answer, you just started adventuring. You haven't, or you don't appear to have had much adventuring experience or training. You were just a dockmaster before this, weren't you?
I've had a lot more training. I just didn't. I didn't use it because it was necessary at the time.
Well,
I haven't
perhaps
forgotten. It's just I haven't. There was no need to.
perhaps it's time we put you through some more rigorous training. If you truly believe that you're not fast enough, then we could work on that.
I need to remember. That's what I need to do first. I
You need to
lose
mourn
sight of this.
first.
There's no fucking time to mourn. I don't have much left.
Speaking from experience, if you don't take time to mourn, the mourning will take time from you.
By the way things are going, I may have another thing to mourn about if I'm not fast enough.
Will it be fast enough?
I wasn't fast enough before, but now I have to be.
Althea very suddenly jerks Irina's shoulders square with her and looks her very intensely in the eyes and says, "You will be fast enough, but you have to believe in yourself," and starts thinking like a warrior.
You're right.
So, take some time, mourn Shay, and then when you're ready, we'll start training.
I've got the training though. I appreciate it. But I'm not a swords kind of girl.
She
I got most
motions
of my
to the
training
bow on
past.
her shoulder and says, I can help.
Possibly. But let me go ahead and get my bearings back. And she'll just wrap Shay back up into this like little piece of clothing.
He nods and walks away.
Okay.
Mm.
Briar, where are you headed off to?
Well, I was just going from tent to tent trying to free people.
Uh-huh. You help get the last one. You got Gronk out first, and you go and you get Marie and help her. Then you get a few of the other ones, the goblin who mans the front door or the front gate, so to speak, and a few of the other ones. And then they begin to scurry around and try to start fixing things up and take stock of what was damaged during their, kidnapping, so to speak.
Yeah.
And the goblin who, damn it, I don't think I recorded what his name was. And I just listened back to that the other day, and I was like, I forgot all about that goblin. Ah, I do have his name. Grimsnarl, the ticket goblin.
Okay.
The sister that looks up as you're like untying and says, whoa, dollface, you could leave me tied up here for a little bit longer and, come a little closer.
Me?
Like, yeah, you're the only one in here. The only one I got my eye on.
She is definitely blushing, but she does untie him.
Aw.
Oh,
She's
I like a girl who's good with knots.
Yeah, I spent some time on a ship. You have to learn how to tie some good knots, untie them.
Oh, maybe you could teach me a couple of these fancy knots, huh?
Maybe. I'm Briar.
How do you do? I'm Grimsnarl. I'm the ticket goblin. He produces a little business card.
Oh, thank you.
You look at it, and it is doesn't have it like his name or anything like that. It is a calligraphy style drawing of himself, like laying sideways with his his head in his hand.
Oh. Okay.
And he's wearing
Uh-huh.
nothing.
It's
What?
wearing a very small bathing suit.
Oh, thank you, she says.
Oh, you can keep that to
Yeah,
remember
she'll
me
put it in
by.
one of her pockets of holding in her skirt. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah. Do you want to let's go out there now? I think people are waiting on us.
Oh, I would love to go out with you.
She's backing out of the tent.
He's completely walking out. He's just about your height. And he's like,
Yeah.
so what's your whole deal? Tell me about you. I want to know everything.
Oh, I'm a druid. I have affinity with bees and wasps, and I serve the Baba Yaga.
Oh, fascinating. Fascinating.
My
Have you
mother
ever
was
had wine? I've got a delicious bottle of wine in my tent over here. We should see if anybody's tied up in my tent right now.
Have they exited the tent yet?
They've exited the tent that he was trapped in, yeah.
Althea, can she see this situation?
Roll me a perception check.
Of course. Come on.
All you gotta do is beat a 10.
13.
13. You see this going on.
Briar!
Oh,
You
he's
see
my
him, he
husband.
immediately looks at you. Oh, I remember you.
I bet you do. Come on, Briar. We got things to do.
I will have to continue our conversation later. She goes running after Althea.
My, oh my, a tall glass of water and a shot to chase it down.
Whoa!
Put that in the favorite quotes.
Dang.
Do it.
Somebody put that in quotes. Oh
That's a
my
good one.
god. Althea grabs Briar by the shoulder, turns her around, and pretends to walk intently towards another one of the tents. Don't talk
Comes
to
on
him.
strong.
Don't talk to him.
Yeah. He comes on awfully strong. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for a second I thought I was special, but I guess not.
Definitely not. He was hitting on me and Saya at the same time.
Okay.
Actually, I don't believe he hit on Saya. I believe he hit on Althea.
Yeah,
I could
he
have
hit on
sworn he hit
Althea,
on
not
both of
Saya.
them.
No.
No.
I think he inferred that Joyblade was dating one or both of you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Joyblade and Arabelle, you guys arrive over in, was it Amelia? Yes, Amelia's tent. She's been untied and unshackled, and she's dispelling the runes and stuff. Such uncultured magic within my own tent. Formation of these runes, amateur work at best. Come along, children, come along, take your seats. She has her back to you the entire time, by the way.
Joyblade will walk in and just silently follow the directions and look at Arabella and be like, "This is good. She's really good," and gesture to sit down. But he won't say anything in the transition inside to sit.
Mm-hmm.
He just kind of looks side-eyed and follows directions a bit hesitantly, but she sits down.
All right, very good. Then she pulls out her chair, sits down in front of it. taps at her crystal ball for a moment. You see it's kind of smoky inside. That cleared up, back to normal. Yes, fantastic. Now, what is it you want, dear?
Yes, my friend from.
She points her finger at you to be silent, Joyblade.
He stops immediately.
Oh.
And she's kind of facing in your direction, Arabella. What do you want?
Well, firstly, she's gonna take her ghost cutlass out and put it down on the table and say, during the battle, I took the soul of his friend, and Joyba would really love if we could get the soul out and be able to put him to rest. Do you think that is something you can do?
It is possible to pull the soul from this cutlass of yours, but by doing so, you change the nature of it. If we take from it that which it gives it its purpose, it will no longer be.
Oh, well, I don't want that. She just whispers that under her breath.
I suppose, well, awful terrible of me to ask you to give something up for somebody else. Perhaps a trade.
What does this trade entail?
A weapon for a weapon?
Well, what do you have in mind?
Joyblade, fetch me my trunk.
He, on cue, stands up, still not saying anything, grabs the trunk, brings it back, lays it at her feet, and then waits to be told to sit down again in case she needs something else.
Mm-hmm.
Arabella just goes, "You've got fascinating control over him. This is quite interesting."
Oh, this is nothing more than several years worth of negative enforcement, positive reinforcement. Oh, and a sturdy cane to whack him upside the head when he's not paying attention.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think I would do that to him, but still quite impressive.
Let's see. What do we have? Joyblade, I would like some tea, perhaps black china with a little bit of honey.
He is off to make some tea. He nods and smiles, leaves, and lets Mal hang back if the seer wants Mal there too. But he's off to make some tea.
And so you take off running to go do that. And she just kind of towards Arabella goes, I don't think he realized I have tea here in my tent.
Yeah, he's out of the tent.
Yeah, fully you've gone off running to go get tea. I don't know what tea store he thinks he's going to.
You can hear him off in the distance go, I need some fucking tea!
Yeah, she says, I don't know if he realizes that most people in your line of work tend to have tea because of scrying purposes, but he's cute. He's trying. He's trying.
She tries so hard. He does. He really does.
So, what did you have in mind, weapon-wise?
Let's see. She opens up the chest, and again, she's blind, so she's not like digging her head into it. She's just putting like hands on various things. Like it's just a pile of different things that looks like it should be extremely dangerous for her to be just sticking her hands in, because you see swords and daggers and other bladed implements, and she's just kind of like, no, not that. I don't know. How attached are you to the entire cutlass thing? You don't strike me as very much of a piratey type. No. I suppose your father wouldn't really approve of such displays of weaponry either.
Wait. How do you know who my father is? How do you know anything about him?
She kind of stops her, but Joyblade told you nothing about me.
He said that you're a seer, but oh, and he's also said that you're really, really great at what you do, but otherwise not a whole lot.
Well, just as he said, I am a seer. I see many things. I know various things as well. For example, I completely knew that you and Joyblade would be stopping in today. Wasn't quite sure how many of you would have all survived or what state he would be in, but I knew it was coming.
Gotta say, Brad, out of character, I'm just enjoying being on the other side of this compared to Saturday, where I'm the seer and I know everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying this. But yeah, she's gonna go. Yeah. Oh God, I think she's a bit stumped on what to say, but she gonna say, I do agree. I'm not the piratey type, and I was just thrilled with this because the prospect of getting to keep some souls was very. It sounded fun to me, but
And now,
yeah.
how do you feel about housing this, carrying around the souls of other beings you have filleted?
To be honest, I have only been able to collect 2 souls, one of them being one of the best friends of my boyfriend. So I'm a bit I'm a bit stumped on how to feel about this because I was excited thinking I was taking down this Jaeger who was being an absolute menace during the battle, and now I know it's his best friend. It feels wrong.
Yeah, well, I suppose we might be able to find something else for you. And right now, I'm having one of my moments in which I was going through a ton of items the other day, found something really cool that I thought would work perfectly for this, and now I can't find the blood whip.
Ooh, blood whip. Ooh. Sorry, I got really excited.
I don't remember where the hell I put them. Don't see it here in all the little pictures. Da 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 da. No, not that one, not that one. Damn it. No. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. In the other item. Ah, that's why. Wrong set of items.
Come on, Brad, get good.
Well, problem is I
Stay out
have
of the glitter. Sorry.
I have 435 items that are not sorted like the other 365 that I have sorted into multiple categories.
Oof. Big yikes.
Yeah, finally, she pulls out this whip. Extremely fine, supple leather that makes up the bulk of it. There is a barbed hook at the end of it, and the hilt has this spirally red design that seems like it's filled with something, some kind of liquid.
Ooh, I love this.
She takes that, and it's like already wrapped up in a coil with a little bit of binding that keeps it steady, and sets that on the table. Would this suffice as a trade for this cutlass of yours?
She picks up the whip and just feels it, and she's got this malicious smile on her face, and she says, "Yes, yes, absolutely, yes."
Ah, good. Yeah, only 2 of these were made when we got the first sets of them done.
Only 2. Where's the other?
Well, the other was your mother's.
What?
Yes.
No, my mother wouldn't hold something like this.
Hold it, yes. Wear it on a belt at times, occasionally. Yes, it was not engagement gift. That's not quite turned to say, but when he learned that your mother was pregnant, there's a gift of a certain degree is warranted, and this is what he gave her. Not this one specifically, but one of these.
Um, she's a bit choked up at this, and it's news to her because she's only ever seen her mom as sweet and gentle and has never seen her do anything with a whip like that. But yeah, she's a bit choked up and goes, "This holds much more importance to me now. I will gladly accept this." Um, she's choked up. She's trying to figure out her words.
Yeah, you're choked up. You're trying to figure out words. She tilts her head from a. Oh, darling, if you're worried that your mother used this in fights or whatnot, no, it wasn't that kind of gift.
Oh. Oh. I think this may
About
have
this
been too
time,
much.
Joyblade comes walking back in with the tea.
He would
Yeah,
come in steady holding it. Sorry, go ahead, Rosie.
She's just sitting there saying over and over, "Too much information. You should have just let me thought that it was a something for battles. Like you didn't have to tell me that."
Joyblade would come in with the tea, set it down, and see you mumbling and holding the whip and go, whisper to you. Probably wouldn't matter in front of Amelia, but whisper to you, I thought you were trading for a weapon, not something for the bedroom.
It's gonna be for both purposes, darling.
Right, I told you she's good, isn't she?
Yes, she is quite good.
See, well, the 2 of you are talking. Amelia's just taken the hilt of the cutlass and is just nonchalantly disassembling it, like taking the crossguard piece off the bottom and undoing the leather wrapping, and then it just like sets the base piece of it down and just grabs like a rock from somewhere, just sort of hammering it into the table.
Joyblade will have a seat next to Arabella and just like quietly observe Amelia work and disassemble the sword.
And Amelia holds up her hand, which has dozens upon dozens of tiny little spectral figures. Can you identify your friend, dear?
Would Marcel stand out on all these figures that she's showing me as I look?
They're all green spectral images and not a whole lot of definition.
Do they seem to be responding to like being on her hand? Are they like looking at us or anything?
Yeah, they're like reaching up.
Okay, I'll look closely and go, Marcel, like kind of wave a hand or something, and I'll just try to see if I can discern which one is him.
Give me a wisdom save.
Sure, Brad. 7.
Arabella, you're looking at the whip in your hand, kind of still trying to get the images out of your head as you watch as one of the spectral images shoots off of her hand right into Joyblade's mouth, and then he's suddenly punching himself in the face.
That sounds about right.
Goes, oh, that's the one. Okay, off with the rest of you. She like balls them up like they're Play-Doh in her hand and just opens up the teapot and sticks it in that, closes it.
Are you able to get that one out of him?
Well, yes, but he wanted the soul of that one, didn't he? Joyblade's on the ground here, like one of his hands is choking him.
This is starting to hurt a little bit.
Is there anything that she could do to kind of stop it, or would it be like she's holding his hands back or something?
Sure. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think that she's just gonna grab his. Oh, she wants to grab his hands and tie him behind his back.
Okay.
What do I gotta roll for that?
Roll me a sleight of hand. Gotta be a 9.
Okay.
Oh god.
No.
The rest of you see Joyblade come stumbling out of the fortune teller's hut. His idle hand style possess is now hitting him, grabbing him by the back of his head and dragging him towards one of the rain barrels and dunking his face in the water.
In between gasps of breath, Joyblade would pop his head up and go, "Got the soul out of the sword, everybody."
Good.
Oh wait, no. Arabelle, could she use command and just tell him to freeze, like so he can't do anything at all?
Sure.
Let's go with that. She's just gonna yell freeze at him. Oh, I got it. Let's see.
Joyblade, roll a wisdom save.
God.
Anybody else do anything? All of you guys can see this.
Oh, we can see this?
Yeah, he
Ari,
comes
Ari,
bursting out of the tent.
Yeah, he said we
Ari
all see
jumps
him.
up and grapples him.
Cool. Give me opposed athletics checks.
I want to help, please.
Okay, cool. You help Ari. That gives Ari the nat 20.
18. Oh my goodness. That was actually pretty good, but not good enough against a 26.
No?
Wait, he's just grappling him?
He's just grappling him. Ari, you want to give that action point to anybody?
Who needs one?
I do.
Arena needs one as well.
Arabelle spoke first.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's perfect because whenever she sees him grappling him, she's just like, "Yep, that's about right."
I thought you wanted to put your friend to rest, not this.
Joyblade is fully held in a full Nelson by Ari. Joyblade's feet are like 3 inches off the ground.
They're doing the little kicky thing, like
Yeah.
above the ground. Yeah. He would say that was the plan. Didn't go according to plan, but he's no longer inside the sword.
Well, now what? It doesn't exactly look like he wants to talk to you. He just wants to kill you.
Is the spirit talking to me at all inside like my head? Do I hear what it's saying or anything?
No.
Yeah, maybe he'll get tired because I feel exhausted.
Arabelle will turn and go back to Amelia and say, "Is there absolutely any way that we could get that soul out of him? I know he wanted the soul out of the sword, and there was never any plan on what we were going to do afterwards, but we would love to be able to help the soul cross over if possible."
Well, it's just a minor possession, dear. You have a paladin with you. Have him consecrate it.
Oh, yes, that is an option. Right now, the paladin has him in a very strong hold. He's got him in a stronghold. I'll go talk to them. She's gonna turn around and go to where Ari is holding Joyblade and say, "So the seer says that you could consecrate the soul to help it come out of Joyblade. Do you think you could?"
We can try something, I guess.
I mean, trying is going to be better than just letting the soul find a way to kill him. So, yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
So, how do you want to go about this?
What? All right, Player question time here. What is involved in consecrating here? Is it just praying over them or what?
Mostly you'd be doing like your channel divinity kind of thing.
All right. I will do that. Do I have to let him go, or can I just keep holding them and?
I believe since you got him held, you've got hands on him. I don't think you really need to do all that much other than just kind of flush his system with radiant energy, basically.
And I will do that.
Cool. You do that. Joyblade coughs her a bit. The green spectral soul just kind of like loosely flails about in the air in front of him for a moment. Joyblade, you feel like you've been dipped in one of those ice baths up in like Alaska or Sweden, where they just like dive in it outside for no reason?
I would. He would probably like instantly like relax in Ari's arms as he feels it, like that cold wash over him. Just kind of like, that was brisk.
Does anybody do anything about the soul just flitting around?
Hello. Uh, isn't he supposed to go somewhere? I'm better with living things.
I mean, just flitting around. Is there
Can I
any
put it in a
chance?
jar?
Sure.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put it in a jar.
Roll me a dex save.
No, you'd think I'd be proficient at dex saves, but no. 24.
Pretty good.
Seem pretty good at it. Quick as a flash, Althea slips out with a small little jar, catches the spirit in it, and seals it shut. And just kind of like flitting around in there. You can occasionally feel just like the little ting as it hits the walls of the jar.
It's like Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
Huh. My sister and I would catch fireflies and throw them in jars like that when we were young.
So, do any of us know how to actually help this thing pass on? I don't really know what to do. I thought they just go,
Maybe
when they die.
take him to death priest or some temple that specializes in that stuff.
Or Althea holds the jar very tightly in one hand, and in the other hand, she's going to hold the holy relic, the robes of Sister Adeline, and she's going to see if she can use the power of the relic to put the spirit at ease.
Double checking what the abilities it has. If there was anything particular on it that would do. Yeah. You put the holy robes on it. You feel the soul kind of vibrating back and forth, trying to get out of it. As you sit there and you hold it for a minute and kind of wrap the jar up with your little bit of cloth that you have. And you feel it shake hard. You at one point you think you feel it crack, and then it goes still.
Is it still in the jar?
You remove the little bit of cloth off it and see what once was a sickly green spirit is now a pale yellow light.
Wonderful. Althea puts the relic back on and looks at the jar and says, "There. Now isn't that better?"
It's still in the jar.
In time, Briar, in time. Does the soul respond?
No, but it's not like frantically like beating up against the glass or anything. It's just kind of hovering in the center there calmly.
Here, Joyblade, maybe now you can safely talk to it. Althea does not let go of the jar, though.
I'll like lean in as I. Are you like extending your arm out? Then I assume.
Yes.
He would lean like close to the glass and without touching it, respecting that Althea wants to hang on to it, would say, Marcel, I think that's you in there, and I'm sorry about what happened. I'm sorry about what they did to you. I'm sorry I couldn't come back and save you sooner before all of this, but I'm glad you don't have to be that thing anymore. And as long as you're calm and ready, we can open the jar and let you move on. Maybe give me like a blink if you're at peace and ready to move on. Make give like blink twice if you're ready. Blink once if you've got something left to do that I can help you with.
Blinks once.
All right, he's got shit we need to help him with. He's not
No,
ready
you
to
said
go.
once if you're good, twice if you have shit to do.
Okay, it's okay. He's ready. He doesn't seem violent. Althea, would it be all right if I open it?
Sure.
He'll just unscrew the jar and kind of just slowly remove the top and let the spirit leave or do whatever it does.
It slowly floats up out of the jar, pauses for a moment, and then it just gradually ascends up into the air until it disappears.
Thank you, everyone, for your help. That meant a lot to me. Thank you.
It was certainly a divine experience.
After that, I think Arabella is going to go back to Amelia because something has occurred to her watching this whole thing.
I think I would like to talk to the seer too. I don't know if I know which one that is though, so she's just asking joyfully. You go.
Oh, looks like Arabella's heading that way, and he would point at the tent for Amelia and say, "That's her
I'll,
tent over there. Are you looking to
I'll
ask
wait
for a
till
little bit
she's
of
done.
Oh, I mean, if she'll know you're coming too, so don't worry too much about that. But that's her tent, and he'll point it out. Are you looking for some guidance?
Yeah, I'd like to ask her about some things. Okay. But yeah, I'll wait till Arabella's done. I don't want to interrupt.
Okay. Arabella, you enter Amelia's tent again.
Amelia, I have a question. More of a thought, but yes, still a question. She's gonna sit down and she'll go. So, we were on Sire 1313. I assume you know what that is, with your all-knowingness. While on there, I came across my father's spirit, but he didn't die on that train. He shouldn't have been on there. Do you know a way that I could help free his spirit?
If you want to free your father from the Sire 1313, it's quite simple. You simply have to rip up his ticket.
Well, where would I find his ticket?
It's a good question.
Could you look into that?
No,
Why?
because whoever has done that has obscured the ticket from scrying.
Sons of bitches. I wonder, do you think that you'd be able to tell me whose hands he died by? Maybe then I could?
I could tell you, but I don't think you would want the information from me.
If I'm asking for it, then why wouldn't I?
Because of where I got the information from.
Oh no.
Son of a bee.
Oops.
See, as she takes out the deck of cards and like shuffles it, and just like fans it out in front of you. And she picks up one card, and just in a bit of magical sleight of hand, the card is behind her hand for a moment, and then it's an envelope she sets in the middle of the table.
Oh.
She's just gonna stare at it for a while as she tries to make a decision. And oh god. She's going to hesitantly reach out to grab it.
Do it. Do it.
She takes it.
You pick up the letter, and as you pick it up, it turns back into a tarot card. The death card. It says,
Okay.
if you decide you want to read the letter, hold the card to your face and say hopscotch.
Hopscotch. Sorry, I just had a corpse bride moment.
It was playing when I was at the doctor last week. That was playing in the waiting room.
I want to know
don't
what this was now because I will go. Yeah, I think she's gonna go ahead and do it, and she'll say hopscotch.
Turns into the letter again.
And what does it say?
It says the name of a it says a couple of different things. Basically, I'll give you the straight gist of it. The person who literally killed your father is Lord Alcumare, a high-ranking member of the Ghoul Imperium, who you also know is on the guest list to the wedding.
I fucking knew it. Is that it?
Yeah. It's also like information on how they did it, how they made sure that he would be traveling, and they ambushed it, and a couple other things, like basically other information that says, I didn't just make this up. Here's the evidence points that we know.
Oh my goodness. She's gonna have a real malicious look on her face, and her eyes will glow red, and she just says, "Thank you. I am curious. So, how did you come across the information? Because I want to know. I want to know how you got this."
I see everything, darling. I saw when they gave this letter to Joyblade.
We're not going to speak about the fact that he decided it was a better option to burn it.
Or why you're now going to kill him.
You mean the Lord?
Joyblade just shivers. Ooh. Does anyone else feel that something's not quite right? I'm in
You meant
danger.
the Lord. You meant the Lord, right?
You meant the what?
You meant Lord Alcumare, right?
No, you're going to kill Joyblade now because you've read the letter.
No, that was not the agreement.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was if it came from the storm runs.
That's where this information came from.
To be fair, Brad did tell us that, like, if it came from the storm runs and we intercepted it having come from them, it still counts as coming from them. That's why I burned the letter, because I was like, oh, even if we have it and we give it to you now, it's still technically from them.
The same way she told you won't want this because of where I got it from.
Yeah, the weight of your words just now hit me.
We tried to warn you.
This has to do with her father. She does not. All her logic goes out the door at that. She goes, no, I'm not gonna kill him. I swear I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna let myself kill him.
She smiles very sadly at you. Darling, I already know how this plays out.
Oh no.
Is that Brad or the seer? Because both feel pretty ominous.
You know it's coming from both.
Put your hands together.
Why?
No, the old joke. In one hand, well, on the one hand is this Brad. On the other hand, is it the seer? Put your
Put
hands
your hands
together.
together. It's both. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, go ahead, Rose.
Oh god, I lost my train of thought.
Because if you're quite done, I have another
I
appointment.
remember. She was okay. No, look, this is how it plays out. Yes, you're a seer and you're all knowing and you see everything, but nothing is set in stone. Things can change.
That's what your father said when I told him it was either him or you.
Oh.
Wait, I'm not leaving. Now I need this information. What are you talking about?
Your father, he came to see me. He wanted to know what would the outcome be of his attempting to make sure the alliance didn't come to fruition. And I told him his path would lead to one death. His or yours. He didn't believe me. He believed he could write his own future.
And now you see why I am so set in stone about writing my own as well. I will not kill
Yes.
them I love. And then she's gonna get up and storm out.
You see Storm out, you see her chuckle as she drinks her tea, like father, like daughter.
Fuck.
Mm.
And Briar, you see Arabella come storming out of the tent.
Chris broke an oath. It wasn't a blood oath, though. I think that's worse.
It was a blood oath, though.
No, Chris's wasn't a blood oath that she
Oh.
broke.
Arabella just screams, I need a drink from something warm.
Grimstar goes, oh, honey, I got what you need.
Trust me. You don't want to catch what he's got, honey.
Oh my.
That's not what I meant.
As he holds up a bottle of, like, a moonshine jug.
Mm. Wait, no. Arabella's gonna go and do her Kubla Kane, okay?
Oh no!
I guess it's my turn.
Briar, you go heading off to the tent. As you do, Grimstar comes over to you, Joyblade. Hey, Joyblade. Tall, pint-sized pixie over there. What's her deal? Is she seeing anybody?
He'll turn and look at Briar, contemplate heavily. No, she's super available.
I knew it. You know, we had a thing earlier. You know, there was eye contact there. I could tell she was digging the snarl boy.
You know, she's a bit shy, but she really appreciates someone who's forward like herself. Like that seems like her type.
That's right. You go put in a good word for me, right?
Of course. What would I do anything other than put it up?
I'll
But
say
you
it clears her
put in a
throat.
good word for me. Remember that time I did that favor for you when you was trying to pick up them twins?
Look, shh. I'm actually in a relationship with that one. She could dismember me very easily. So let's.
So you're saying I should go start telling her stories about you then,
Look,
huh?
I'm gonna tell the.
So you're gonna go to your friend, the little one. You're gonna talk me up real good, right?
Real good. Yes, just shut the fuck
real
up.
good.
All right, let's just. And he'll take a swig of the moonshine and go. I'll wait for her to leave the tent with the seer. I'm not gonna walk in on her reading, but I'll put in a good word.
All right. Make sure you tell her I play the ukulele. Chicks dig that.
It's that and Jack Johnson. They love it.
Briar, meanwhile, you walk into the Sears tent.
Yes. Hello. I hoped I could talk to you.
Of
I'm
course,
Briar.
you're right on time.
I'm Briar.
I know.
I am worried about the Margrave, my home.
Mm-hmm. Would you like some tea?
Yeah, thank you. That
Yeah.
sounds nice.
Puts cup for you, goes to pour. Remember, she put all those souls in the teacup. Or in the teapot, so it just comes out like glowing green and screams a bit.
I don't think I had seen that, but I did see a glowing green.
Okay, you just see
Holy
glowing
shit.
green screaming as it comes out.
I'll just hold the teacup without drinking a soul. I hoped maybe you had some insight. I know Joyblade has something to do with it, and I believe he can help, but I still don't quite know why it's connected to him. He told me he told me some things. I, I just hoped maybe you might have some advice or something.
Is it advice you seek? Or is it knowledge?
She actually sits there pondering for a minute. Knowledge.
If you could know but one thing in this moment, what would you know?
How to ensure the Baba Yaga remains in control of the Margrave.
She reaches her hand over the crystal ball, and you see the image of a white gold ring with blue runes on it. This is the root of all your problems. The Ring of Winter.
I see.
And it currently lies on the hand, the Lady Stormrun.
I see. So we have to get that from her somehow. All right. Um, thank you. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that yet, but
You
thank
should
you.
finish your tea before it gets cold.
Uh, am I hurting a soul if I drink this?
Your grandmother never cared when she made it for me.
Oh.
All these family bombs that she is dropping. God.
Damn.
Well, that's just
Okay.
her referring as grandmother as the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, because that's what.
That's what Briar calls her.
Yep.
So yeah, that's not a family bomb. That's just her making know that she knows the Baba Yaga too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it then.
Mm-hmm. Give me a con save.
I
Like
knew
you
it.
always knew I was going to. I
Mhm.
will take. It's like,
Don't forget your bardic
oh, I know I have a
inspiration.
D12. I know if I need it,
Mm-hmm.
I might need it.
13. I don't know. Do you feel you want to ride with the 13? You want to try to bump it up?
I'm gonna try to bump it up.
All right, go for it.
There we go. So that's a 17.
17. Pretty good. How much of this tea do you take? Do you like down the whole
Love it.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the screams as they go down your mouth and down into your throat. He goes, you don't know why this is funny for me, but later on you're gonna get it. And it'll be hilarious after the fact. Yeah, just remember
Hilarious.
this.
Hilarious to who?
That's a good question.
Oh boy. Thank you. I think I set down the cup and I'm like thinking in my head, hello? Is someone in here? As I wander out of the tent.
As you walk out, hello, is someone in there? Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Hi, hi, hi.
That's in my head?
No, it's in your stomach.
Okay. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Are you all right? As I'm wandering through.
Yeah, it's like floating in a big kind of bathtub like thing, or like swimming in a pond. It's kind of dark
Oh
in
my
here
god.
though.
What were you doing in a tea kettle?
Oh, before that, we were killed by this pirate, and he trapped us in his sword.
Oh. Do you think you'll be free eventually?
Yeah, probably. Where are we?
You're in Holdremos?
Holdremos. This
It
doesn't look
probably
like.
is
There's a lake near Holdremos.
a lake.
That is gonna
You'll
that is gonna
you'll
be
see
one
it
really
soon.
interesting bowel movement.
I surmise that the souls will be set free once this tea runs through.
Cool. Yeah, come out talking to your stomach out loud.
Yep.
Nobody hears anything responded back to Briar. They just see her coming out talking to her stomach with her hand on her stomach.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't worry. You'll get to see it probably soon, in a couple of hours, maybe. Uh, yeah.
Are you all right, Briar? You were
I
sort of
think
mumbling to
so.
yourself over there.
Yeah, I just talked to Amelia.
Oh, right.
I know something we have to do. Uh, Lady Stormrun has something that we need from her.
Did
We probably have
she?
to kill her to get it.
I
Did
can't
she?
wait to wrap my hands around that bitch's throat.
Yeah.
Did
Ari comes wandering up. What?
Hey, Ari.
Whose story are we wrapping? Are you
Oh, can you
okay?
do that thing? Can you
Briar?
consecrate me?
Can I consecrate? Why do you need to be consecrated?
I don't think cousins are supposed to do that to each other.
That's desecrate. He says.
Mythical banjo plays in the background.
Also, we're
Ding,
not
ding, ding,
actual
ding, ding, ding,
cousins.
ding.
Somebody quote that one.
I'm already
We're
on
not
it.
actual cousins either.
Oh my
Um,
god.
Sorry. Low hanging fruit, everybody. I have the humor of a 13-year-old. I'm sorry.
I didn't realize we were in South Midgard.
The same reason you had to do that to Joyblight? They say.
Oh, you think you're possessed?
I'm not possessed. I'm more like a vessel right now.
You know what? Right. I put my hands on her shoulder and start praying and get that consecration thing going. If I can.
You get that consecration, push it through Briar. Briar, you feel it bubble up within you, and you burp out 4 bees.
Okay, she laughed. Okay, she was right. Well, maybe I.
Freedom! Freedom! Yes, we can take
Okay.
over the world this way. Nobody suspects the bees.
You're right. You're right. I have a nice greenhouse with lots of flowers if you'd like to see it. She's saying to these bees.
Uh-huh. Right.
So,
Yes, we need to talk to more bees.
okay, she'll open that up.
Cool. They go and join with the rest of your bees.
Okay. Wow. That was unexpected.
Althea's gonna duck into the Sears tent too.
Cool. You go ducking in there. She sits there sipping at her ghost tea. Althea, fine work against George Reynolds.
Thank you. So, I
gotta say though, I lost the bet. I really thought you were gonna take him to bed.
She doesn't know everything.
The problem is that she knows too many possible things that can occur when you see the future.
Trust me, I'm aware.
So, I've things have come to pass as you've seen thus far. Do you have any words of wisdom for us?
Nope, you're doing great.
Do you know where Saya is?
Yes.
Where is she?
Right now, she's in the Feywild, currently orchestrating a underground resistance to the Unseelie Court in the name of
What?
Loki. Yeah, she's banded together a whole bunch of the changelings that were, disenfranchised with the Unseelies. So she currently, forming this little underground rebellion.
I'm gonna have to fight my friend?
She stops for a moment. Maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
Well, sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes one of you dies before you reach that point. No, that one's kind of a coin toss at the moment. Lots of different ways that could work out.
She just kind of sits there, stunned.
She pours you a cup of tea.
Without looking at it, Althea just says thank you and just shoots it back like a shot.
Yeah, you're not sure where that screaming came from. You just heard. You're just like, that's weird.
Okay. Well, thanks. And she'll get up and leave.
Cool. You head back out. Ari and Gronk finished digging the graves.
I wonder what Arena's up to.
Did Brandon mute himself by accident?
No.
You mean Brian?
Brian. No, you asked Ari too, right? You asked if Ari.
No, I said
thought that was
Ari
Jason.
has finished.
Got it. I missed
Come on, Jeff, pay attention.
it.
This is the most hollow that Arena has felt in her entire life. She's just literally kneeling, holding the corpse of her best friend. And she lays her down, wraps her in a small amount of like wrapping a little bit of blanket that she used to have on her, and digs a small hole right next to the other one and lays her inside. And she's flowing with tears. As she takes the moss and pushes it on top. She takes one of the arrows, sticks it into the ground in the front, and just cries. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't do anything. She just cries.
Joyblade, do you say anything as you put your friend's body to rest?
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would also be really cognizant of Irina laying Shay to rest and would say, I'm not particularly good at this, so I'll say a few words, and if anyone wants to say anything for Shay or anyone else, I mean, by all means. Marcel, I would never have made it out of that place if it wasn't for you. I had always intended to come back and save you, and I wasn't able to do that. But my friends are here, and they were able to give you that freedom you so rightfully deserved. And I hope you found peace. And I'll turn to Irina and go, I've only known Shay a very short time, but Shay was always loyal and at your side. And my heart does break for you. And he just kind of like rests a hand on Irina's shoulder and gives it a squeeze, and then just kind of stands there and quietly contemplating all of this, and then that's it.
Yeah, I just wrote because I didn't want to interrupt, but Briar sits and puts her arms around Irina.
She kind of composes herself a little bit. Just kind of puts her hand on the little patch of ground and just goes, I found you on the ground beneath an oak tree. And you were just a baby, just a chick. I was one myself. I helped raise you, nurture you, care for you, make you into the type of woman that any male bloodhawk would dare think twice about doing anything with. And you did the same for me. Thank you for everything. And I'm sorry. I will avenge you. But I have so little to go by now. May you always be looking out for me. As you always did. She gets up. She walks away.
Rest of you give your little bits of sombrance and reverence for this moment, and one by one move back over towards the main part of the carnival, where they've set up a very nice big bonfire to keep warm. Dagon has set up a few of the stalls and is quickly whipping up a very big meal for you all.
As we move towards the bonfire, Joyblade will make a point to try to step in stride with Briar and ask, did the seer tell you what we needed to get from Lady Stormrun?
He showed me a ring. It's called the Ring of Winter. We need to get that from her.
All right. Well,
I don't know how we do that, but that's what we need.
I mean, I think Althea had the right idea. It's probably going to be murder. We're probably going to kill her.
Well, yeah,
But
I think probably.
all right. Well, I'll do what I can to help you. Anyways, Grimsnarl's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, Grimsnarl. That guy. Have you tried some of his moonshine?
Snarl or Grimstar? I'm sorry.
Just, whatever you feel like. I don't know. He's pretty. He's got some magic. He's got. Have you met him? And then I'll look for Grimmsnarl. Are you in? Ooh,
Oh my god, I'm
24.
11.
Yeah, I feel okay about this.
He seemed
Yeah.
like he was just interested in everybody. Well,
Oh,
women anyway. I don't think that there was anything. I was just there, so he hit on me. I don't think that was anything.
sometimes goblins can be a bit hard to read. He's not a he's not a bad guy. They got a bad rap sometimes, but yeah, maybe share a couple drinks with him tonight. He's got some great stories. He's been with the circus much longer than I, and he's got some little tricks he can do. He's a
What
pretty interesting guy.
As you mentioned that, you look over, and that's exactly how it says. Shirt off, just leaning up against a post.
Joe
Okay, I
Dirt.
have to ask.
Yeah.
Do you have any picture or anything for him?
It's a little goblin doing the Joe Dirt in the chat.
Yeah.
That's it for sure.
With the mullet, absolutely.
Oh, God. Althea kind of told me I should do the opposite.
Okay, but I mean, does Althea really like to have a good time? Like,
I don't know.
Somewhere, Althea gets extremely mad for no reason.
It seems like she was having a pretty good time with that George Reynolds guy.
that's a good point. She plays it very cautious. Let's just say that. And I mean, you're here, you're adventuring. Why not see what the world has to offer, right, Ari? And he'll grab Ari. He's pretty popular. I actually met him, and women were just throwing themselves at this guy when I first met him, and maybe
They always
talk
have.
to him.
I love that he's saying that when like Arabelle has literally thrown herself at him as well many times.
Yeah, I mean, multiple people in this party have tried to sleep with him, myself included.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not literally cousins, but out of everybody, he actually was like a brother to me. He lived with my family for a while.
He'll turn to Ari, just kind of gesture as he's walking in stride and trying to insight check me and say,
Look, I think he's a great guy. I think Ari is probably the best of us, if I'm honest with you. And he would turn to Ari. I do. I've said this to him. I think he's a great guy. He's a great fellow. I'm just saying he's enjoyed himself. Maybe just
if you can't date Ari, a close second would be Grimmsnarl. Like a close second.
They're pretty comparable if you just share a drink with Grimmsnarl. He might have some cool stories to tell you, and he'll walk off and try to find Arabella before he digs himself too deep of a hole.
I'm not sure what that was about.
Maybe trying to fix me up with Grimmsnarl.
Grimmsnarl. That wasn't that goblin dude that followed you out of the one tent, was it?
Yeah. Yeah.
He seemed
That's the one.
kind of
But he
loud
also
and
seemed
obnoxious.
into Althea, and I don't know. You said obnoxious?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, not really your type.
I don't. Do you know what my type is?
No, I guess I don't. I mean, I would guess that you would be most happy with somebody who sat next to you and read their book while you were reading yours or something. Or playing with bees, or I just not the party type, I guess.
Yeah, not usually. Yeah, that's more my brother's thing. Are you doing okay?
I'm doing
Ari?
mostly okay. Yeah. No, I'm doing mostly okay.
I mean, I can't help but notice it seems like you still have a lot of anger towards Arabella.
No, not really.
I am wondering if you're just trying not to acknowledge it. I don't
Maybe.
know if that's gonna work.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I know.
You
I
might
don't
need to try
know.
to. I think you might need to try to work through it somehow. Because
I
I
keep
think right now
thinking.
you're.
I keep thinking the best way to work through it is to put my blade through something really terrible and evil. And I just keep messing it up.
Uh, has that been working for you?
Well, didn't you when we went after the pirates? And did you see me? Did you not see me trip over the bench of the picnic table in that room?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
And then by the time I come out, I'm hearing stuff about Althea nearly drowning, but everybody's up on the beach and we're heading off to town and like I don't know, and then this last battle, I'll,
yeah, it was a hard one.
my arm still doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not having such a good time right now.
Maybe you should find some company for yourself. Maybe it would help. Or are you more of a relationship guy?
I have a reputation that I think is undeserved, but yeah, no, I definitely prefer more of the relationship. I think the intimacy is far, far superior that way.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Just if you need to vent or talk about anything, I'm around. You know.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I still just go sit by the fire for the meal that's coming. Got very quiet here.
Althea's gonna grab some of the closest, strongest alcohol.
Well, then you gotta go talk to Grimsnarl about the moonshine.
Oh god damn it, no. I'm not talking to Grimsnarl. Is there any other alcohol?
It's probably bottles of wine.
Okay. Yeah, Althea's gonna drink some.
Cool. Anybody else doing anything?
Arabella's probably stumbling around high as a kite.
I will say, if Grimsnarl approaches me, I think I would like you to roll like persuasion for him or something.
Okay.
I know it's not mind control, but that'll help me
Okay.
decide how to
He is
respond.
going to do that because Joyblade succeeded on his deception check to talk him up.
Yes,
I'm going to
he did.
count that as the help action.
Can I
Oh,
also
boy.
just
Oh.
say that on my way to find Arabella walking around high as a kite, I would have patted Grimstar on the back and go, "Did exactly what you asked. It's all you, buddy." And I would give him a bardic inspiration too.
No! Oh no! This can
Alright,
only go well.
He's got a +1 to charisma checks. There's a 19 there.
Jeez.
Makes that a 20 plus Joyblade. What's your bardic?
It's a D8.
It's a D8?
Yeah.
It's a 28 persuasion check as he sidles up to you. Briars, you're sitting on the bench. He just kind of right up to you, slips his arm over your shoulder. So, I've got this dragon tattoo, right? That I think you would be really interested in seeing.
Oh boy.
Not the growing
Why have you
tattoo
done this with
trick.
the NPCs? Why have you done this?
Oh man.
The strudel thing and now a
You
dragon
have a higher
tattoo?
persuasion than my insight. Well, I mean,
On your
I
19
know what
insight,
he's
he
after.
seems really into you, and you think it's
Yeah.
genuine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what? Show me.
All right, come on this way.
I also realize I might be passing on a curse.
Oh yeah!
Oh no!
Thinking about that this entire time.
Grimmsnarl, we
Fire
killed
doesn't know
you.
about that.
I forgot about the curse.
Briar goes back to the tent with Grimstar.
Oh boy. There
We've
was
had that.
really,
We've had that one already.
yeah, she's only like
Yeah, so we don't count ones that we've already had in the campaign.
Oh.
no.
Oh no!
She goes running out of the tent, I guess.
The sight of the dragon tattoo made her
the
sick.
sight of the dragon tattoo, and you know, having swallowed a couple of souls today, didn't really agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dragon tattoo was literally just Trogdor.
But did she pass on the curse?
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent.
And she definitely would not have done it if she had known about the curse, but
But you didn't know.
You're
Oh,
welcome,
yeah.
Angie. You're welcome.
he's probably also going to pass it on at some point.
Probably.
Unless people regularly turn him down. I don't know. But she's going to be too embarrassed to ever see him again now.
At some point, Briar just comes out. We need to leave the carnival now.
Althea walks up to Briar and says, I told you.
It wasn't his fault. It's mine. Oh.
You did not lead him on.
No, but I barfed in the middle. He's gotta go.
Althea just kind of sweeps Briar's hair out of the way and...
Yeah. So, what are physical rolls? Does that include attacks, or is it just like...
Yeah, but we're like at the end of a day anyway, so it's not really going to matter.
Okay.
I don't know. I would say it's more appropriate to say you have disadvantage on charisma rolls for 24 hours just because of your embarrassment.
Yeah, she's extremely embarrassed.
Any other last things they want to do in the carnival here this last night before we move on from here and head to Holtermost?
Doing with how high she is.
You're gonna all see Arena go into one of the clearings, and you are just gonna see her bolt upwards just as fast as she can. And then she becomes like a speck, and then she is going to swan dive all the way down. And she will continue to do that for about a good half an hour, just pushing herself. Trying to feel something.
Cool. Anybody else? I didn't quite get what Rosie said.
Rosie asked what Arabella's doing while she's high as a kite.
Yeah, I said, how is she doing? Because she took some Kubla-Kane after her reading.
How are you doing? You're on top of the world.
Awesome.
Destiny, what do you worry about Destiny? You write your own destiny. No, you are your own destiny.
Yes. So she's going around saying, and she's also like, why was everyone so worried about how this was going to affect people? This is amazing. How does Joyblade handle that? He wants to go and look for her, and he's just going to find her high.
You know the when you're out with friends and there's the one sober friend and then the other friend who's too drunk and you're just like, all right, let's get some food in your stomach. That's kind
kind of his. All right, like just maybe we come back towards the campfire and not off into the woods in the dark. Don't worry, we'll get you some food. Anybody else want to help me with this? She's much stronger than I am.
Briar is hiding.
You're like, oh yeah, let's not go off into the woods where it's dark. But all the best things happen in the dark, darling.
Yeah. Oh, it's our tent is dark. Let's go into the tent. We're gonna nice and dark. All right, and then he'll just kind of like shuffle you along. Everyone had a good night. Everyone loves seeing Amelia and her cryptic foretellings. All right, and he'll just kind of like move you along and make sure you're like okay before we get into the tent.
Aw, what a caring guy.
Cool. Arena, you're over here making your swan dives, trying to get back into the groove, trying to feel something. Every time you go, you dive a little bit lower, until you get one where you just get just a little bit too low, and you feel your wing scrape like the high reeds that stick up, and you just end up in this huge splash. As you shake yourself out, flip your wings, get back up into the air, you see several hawks that are circling in a thermal.
A thermal?
The thermal is an upward draft of hot air that
Oh,
gliding
okay.
birds of prey will glide up into to get altitude.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't expect that before. Fuck. Alright. Hope they don't try to fucking bite my head open. She'll head into the thermal a little bit.
Head up into the thermal. Give me a nature or animal handling.
Let's go animal handling. 18.
18. You get up, flying up in this thermal, gaining the altitude. And as you're doing it, you have to kind of still yourself and not move too much to be able to catch the most of the air. And as you do, as you kind of relax and give yourself over to the wind, the hawks that are flying around kind of form up a little around you, and you just kind of open yourself up to it. You hear the screeches of the hawks near you, the chirps of the insects way down further to the bottom, until then you hear the small rabbit that's hopping along a little bit of a bank right there on the edge of part of the swamp. And almost without conscious thought or effort, you snap down into a deep dive, flare your wings, pull back, and in one smooth motion, draw your bow and mid aim, take the shot, and catch the rabbit clean.
Huh.
And you hear the hawk fly down right past you, snatching up the food you have given them. And you can hear it. You can hear the sounds of the swamp around you, of the trees, all the animals underfoot, the birds in the trees, the small insects that scurry about. You just have to take a moment and let it tell you what's going on.
And she does. And in her mind, she doesn't say it, but in her mind, she says, it's good to feel this again. It's been too long, Lorna. As she just stands there, bow at her side, arrow knocked in between her fingers on her right. She doesn't do anything. She just listens.
Cool. Any other last minute things anyone wants?
Nope.
Oh.
Rosie?
Oh, I said
Is,
nope.
Okay.
is Arabella around by the time that she gets back? Or is she asleep
No.
in Joyblade?
She's either asleep or, confined to her tent by Joyblade.
Yep.
I'm imagining Amelia laughing at me before we leave. Because I think this is the part where I was like, funny for who?
If that's the case, then she's going to instead make up a little hammock on one of the branches of the tree and just sleep in the forest, in the swamp.
Cool. Next day, you guys gather up, and quickly, in Briar's case, making sure she's a little ways ahead, so she doesn't have to talk to anybody in
Yes,
particular.
her head down. I'm like, come on, we've got to get out of here. Actually, she might use a wild shape to really keep a low profile.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I think she's just going to be a cat like Mal and just hang out on Joyblade's other shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Mal likes her, so I'm pretty sure he'll allow it.
Yeah, he doesn't like Joyblade, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The whole thing.
Mm-hmm. You guys head out and make the couple hours journey north up to the decently sized village of Holdremos. Holdremos is right here on the bank, but the majority of the town is actually up on stilts to rise it up above the swamp floor beneath it. So it's actually like 5 or 6 feet off of the water line.
Althea's primary concern will be locating Lizette.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't send for her. Fuck, Lizette. We just
We
keep
told
leaving her
her to
places.
meet us at a tavern, so
Yeah.
she's gonna head to a tavern.
I'll go with
Irene.
you. Fuck, I should probably go with you. I'll go with
That
you.
means I'm coming too.
We're all
Just
going, right?
okay. Looks like
Irene's
you're all
going.
going, yeah.
Yeah.
You're all
This
turning
random new cat is just going with you.
turning down this way as you kind of stop a few people like, hey, where's the tavern at? And they tell you, oh, it's right over there. And as you get close, you could hear the loud, raucous sounds of a very lively bar, so it seems like.
Mm.
And then you all hear a very clear laugh, a boisterous laugh out that suddenly Althea like freezes in step.
Oh no. Oh no.
Althea, your dad's here.
Oh, that's not who I thought it was. Okay.
Well,
I'm
Oh, I
sitting
thought
here
it was
thinking
either.
we ran into Pyzeros again.
Yeah.
Oh. Why does that strike me as
Yeah, I'd say it struck you as if you're suddenly you're shocked to hear your dad's voice. You're like more of like, oh, wait a minute, what? Just more surprised than anything else.
gotcha? Althea will like stop, cock her head, and then she'll realize it, and she'll say, "Father!" and she'll take off bolting into the bar.
She
so are
does.
we
Should pay
are we
attention.
inside the actual? Sorry, was someone talking? I heard someone.
Oh, Arena's gonna hang back with Arabella for a
Go
second.
for it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. She'll kind of pull back Arabella a second, just goes, well, they go ahead and figure out what the fuck's going on in the bar and everything. Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
Thanks. You'll notice that Arena is a lot more serious normally. But she's like that calm serious now. But
And you'll probably notice that that Arabella just looks like she is hungover.
yeah. She'll look at her and just go, did you find anything out from them? I didn't have the fucking gold to be able to go in and ask her about anything.
Yes, I found out exactly who killed my father. I may have made a mistake in that moment, but you know what? I am the writer of my own destiny, and it does not matter.
Right. Um, I got 2 questions for you. Both of them are probably a little hard, but I'll ask you to at least be honest with me, okay?
You'll have my full honesty. Shoot.
Seeing as how what happened over in Just happened, and whether you were with your friend, why is Jasper still alive when he was supposed to be dead?
Ah, you know, she just kind of takes a moment to pause, think about it, and will honestly answer. My friend had told me that she had intentions of getting control of Joss, and part of that was planned out by making Jasper a thrall. So, yeah, that's why he is still alive.
I see.
She's leaving out the pieces of where she cooperated with that.
You do realize that her doing that nullifies his ability to be in charge of it, right? If anybody, not including myself, who's rightfully heir to that actual company, anyone can go ahead and nullify his reign over that company if they realize that anyone is controlling him. You know that, right?
I think I'm keen to how businesses like that work out. So,
Yeah, if you can prove it.
If you can prove it,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and she'll go that too. Yeah, it just has to be proven.
So, if it comes down to it, Annabelle, I have no problems helping you with anything. It's business. It's whatever. But I can't do nothing if I can't prove nothing. And if I can, I'd like to go ahead and get one of the only things I have left in the world that's actually owed to me. If that's okay with you.
I'm fully on board. I will be honest. I promised you honesty. When she told me of their intentions of taking over Jaws, part of it was that it's, of course, the vampire kingdom that wants to take over Jaws. I know how important it was to my father that I go into being able to be part of the whole political side of being a royal in the vampires. So I couldn't really turn down the idea of the vampires owning Joss. So
I don't
that's
personally
why
care
I
about
didn't really fight it.
I don't personally care about Jost. I care about the actual company itself. That's what I care about.
And I say yes, I will. We can help each other in making sure that I'm sure that there's a way that we can prove it without pointing specific fingers.
Because if you testify the fact of what's going on, it nullifies it being anything anymore. But that's neither here nor there. But at least you know that anybody can go ahead and nullify that. And the second question leads into this. Do you know philosophy?
Yes.
Taught this in economics a little bit. It's called Stout Builds Barrel philosophy. You heard of it?
Yes.
He's got stout beer. This dwarf has got a barrel that's left after a long fire. Doesn't know what's in it. Because if it's ale, he has to go ahead and use it now. If he opens it, if he doesn't open it and it's whiskey, it's actually going to catch a better price. So he's at the conundrum. Does he open it now and wait for a shipment to come in and lose money? Or does he wait and it possibly comes better if he has something later on? So I
I
ask you,
would rule that he waits.
that's neither here nor there. The real question is, should I just believe that Avon is dead until it's proven otherwise? Should I just give up? And then if he is alive, then it'll be much more of a great scenario when I find him. But if he is actually dead, my dad is actually dead, then I can lay him to rest alongside Shay.
She looks really solemn as she thinks about the question, but after a brief pause, she'll look up at him, or her, I mean, God, yeah, her. She'll look up at her and say, you know, the best way of looking at it may be to know to expect the worst, but it may be. I would like to believe that Avon wouldn't let himself be killed so easily, but I really do believe that possibly having the mindset that he may be dead could be the best way to go about it. Because, like you said, if he is still alive, it'll make it all the better.
Her hearing that instantly hugs you and like wraps her wings around you and just goes, I guess the both of us have to say goodbye twice.
I
As she tears up again.
fucking told you not to say it. uh, yeah, she'll.
You're a good friend. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise.
Thank you. I truly hope that I don't want anybody to expect good out of me, because then don't want there to be good. And you know what? After what I just accepted back at the carnival, I don't think I'm that good. She's gonna kind of wipe her eyes a bit, hugging her back, and go, should we get to the others now?
Yeah, we should. Yeah. Thanks again.
Of course, I always have your wing.
And what do I have, your ass?
Yeah.
I got a lot of cake. No offense, Arabella, but I got a lot of cake going on back there.
What?
It's confirmed. Arena's thick.
Arena's dummy owl thick.
Gosh.
It's got them egg laying thighs.
Oh my god.
She just kind of like opens her wing and slaps her ass a little bit. She's like, come on, let's go.
Althea, you go rushing forward into the tavern, like throw both doors open. See, there is a raucous crowd there, all with mugs of ale held up. As the figure goes, the rounds are on me. You see a impossibly beautiful man, very tall, almost like about 6'4", 6'5". Pale, perfect skin, slicked back black hair, ears that are kind of elven, but at the same time are too long and too pointy. Immaculately dressed clothing in blacks and silvers. You see your father, King Ludimir, the Moonlight King.
Althea breaks into a beaming smile, composes herself for a moment, and says, Father!
You see, he looks over, Barui! And comes rushing forward and grabs you in a huge hug.
Barui?
It is Faye for berry.
Oh, okay.
Like a strawberry.
Yeah.
It picks you up in an enormous hug and like spins you around.
She's giggling.
Oh, my little girl, so good to see you. How are you doing? Have you made friends?
I have. Would you like to meet them?
I would love to meet them. Yes, of course.
Althea pulls him towards the rest of the group, composes herself a little bit, tries to regain that little bit of regal air, and starts introducing the party. So this is Briar. That's Ari, Irina.
Briar is a cat right now.
Briar's a cat, yeah.
Yeah.
He points to the cat.
Hey, I should be perfectly fine for a Fae, right?
Irina.
Does not bat an eye, shakes the cat's hand.
Joyblade, Rosie, and Mal.
Rosie.
Or not Rosie, Arabella. Arabella!
I was thinking, like, are we?
I'm looking at the names in the Discord list, and then. Oh no. And then Mal.
Goes forward, shakes his hand. Oh, fantastic, so lovely to meet friends of my little girl. Ah, she never brings friends home to the castle to meet me. Something about her daddy being too embarrassing for her or something. I don't know. I don't see it personally.
She kind of embraces him in another hug.
Come on. I bought the whole tavern out for the day. You must all come and have lunch with us. I insist.
I also insist.
Let's go.
Yeah,
As
let's
we-
go.
As he directs us towards like his table or wherever, can I glance around to see if Lizette's in the tavern?
Oh shit! Yeah, Althea completely
She's
forgot.
in the tavern.
Okay, I'll just
Forgot about it again.
I'll join you in a second, and I'll just go over to her, walk up to her, pat her on the back, and go, so the circus is okay. You can go if you want. We found you. We forgot. Sorry about that.
Wait, you forgot about me?
Oh no!
You know, a while back, I won the pool, and I won a set of daggers, and they were really nice. And you sold those, and you gave me this set. Let's just call it even, and he'll walk away.
God damn! Certified killer.
Arabella just says from the back, he totally forgot you. We all did.
You're not
I mean,
memorable.
you were gone for a day. How did you forget me in a day?
A lot happened. Glad you're safe.
It
And
felt
I'll
like a
just-
week, you know?
Some angry cat, like, you know how when cats fight or are really pissed off? That's what you're hearing from Briar right now.
Rena will take one of her like feathers off and start playing with Briar as a cat.
Yeah. You guys go to sit down. King Ludimir goes to pull his table out and goes, excuse me, everyone. I know we're having a grand time, but I would like to have a nice, quiet lunch with my daughter. So you will all need to vacate. And he claps his hands, and everyone just puts their mugs down and starts walking out.
Oh,
Wow.
you didn't have to do that.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. They'll go find somewhere else to drink, I'm sure.
Oh,
Besides, I want to hear all about your adventures, dear. You know, you've been out here having fun on your little vacation, as it were.
Yes. Althea immediately remembers that she left with Saya, or with Wiz, for
Whim.
It was Whim. God damn it.
Wiz, oh my god.
Wiz would be a good funny name though.
Fucking whiz-waz over here.
No.
Just call me
Hey
Wiz.
guys, I gotta go take a whiz. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, that's why that's not a good name.
Oh my god. Anyway, she remembers that she left the Fae Court with Whim and is returning without her. Say, what happened to all the changelings?
1 sec.
The suspense.
We
Yeah.
had a lot of lore drop tonight, huh?
I had
For
not
real.
expected what Saya's up to come out tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Arabella would have whispered over to Joyblade, "My dad did this kind of thing too. This is beautiful."
It's a real power move. I see the appeal in it for sure.
Who's she whispering to?
Joyblade.
Oh,
Joyblade and
okay.
Arabella.
Okay, sorry. What did you ask, Althea?
What happened to the changelings?
Oh, the changelings. Did you ask that? Apparently somebody got them free, or at least a couple of them. They escaped out of the city. Worked out quite fine for them.
I see.
So at least she was telling the truth.
I don't know why they're so upset now, though. It's a bunch of them have apparently decided to start worshiping the trickster god of Loki, and a few of them have even been doing like some raids of a few of the Fey nobility and stealing some of their treasures and things. It's all a big to do. Your mother is having a real headache of a time with it.
I bet. What do you think of my hair?
I love your hair. Oh my god! It just does this nice little bouncy effect to it now, and it just perfectly shapes around your face. Do you think I should do something like that with my hair?
Absolutely not.
Don't know. What do you the rest of you think? Do you think I would look good with that hair? He waves his hand, and he has the exact same bob cut that Althea has.
And it's the same shade of pink.
It is, yes.
Your face is too squared off. It looks like you're wearing a mop.
I love it. Looks just effortless, really. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I say keep it.
I would say no. It doesn't look right. You gotta have something that conforms to your face, love.
I'm gonna
Take it
say
from
keep-
someone with a lot of hair, and he'll just kind of whip his braid around. Looks
You
good.
do, but you're full. You got your cheeks are all full and everything. It works.
Like- I know I can't
I'm
speak as
sorry.
a cat, but I
I'm
figured
sorry,
you can
sir.
understand me.
I'm sorry, sir. Your daughter pulls it off much, much better. And it might look okay on you at other times, but next to her, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work.
Briar, you were saying.
She says keep it. She's still a cat, but I'm figuring.
So you're
you
still a
can
cat, aren't you? Yeah.
understand. Yeah. I'll find out if he can't understand, but yeah.
I can't speak with animals.
Oh, he's effortlessly understood her.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's the case.
See,
Go ahead,
Rosie.
Arabella just goes, "I think the longer hair would be better because for someone like me, all I'm seeing is that there's a really great vein in your neck and it's quite distracting."
I mean,
Sorry. Is it this one here? And he like presses his finger to his neck, and the vein disappears. Is that better?
That's
Oh.
Because it's quite easy. I'm an archfey. I look like however I really want. So But you are right, young man. My daughter, the most beautiful of all the land. Of course, I am but a pale reflection of her. How could I ever pull this off? And he like flips his hair back to how it was before.
Arabella just feels really defeated at seeing a nice juicy vein be vanished away.
So, go ahead, Brian.
My question is, does he notice anything about Arena?
Like what?
The fact that she's part Fae. She's part Shatter Guy. She comes from the Shadowfell. Even
He probably notices, but it's probably beneath his attention right now.
Okay. I just figured it would be something that maybe he would catch on with.
Mhm.
That's like, yeah. Because Avon is half Shatterkai, half High Elf.
Let me see. As this is going on, huge plates are set down in front of you of like each of them is like a full pig.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna have to hop off of Joyblade's shoulder and change back to myself so I can eat.
During the meal, Althea will explain to her father the events of the previous 5 years. From training to guarding Wim as Aaliyah to the betrayal and
What betrayal?
in Zobek.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Fleeing Zobek. Why? All of the fights with Pyzeros. Or Pyzeros' minions.
Mm-hmm.
The trip on Sire 1313. And the journey through Jost and that other port city I don't remember the name of before we came to Smuggler's Isle and where she almost drowned, but not really because she was fine. And oh yeah, the fight with Jaeger. And now we're here. And which leads me to my next question. Why are you here?
You guys notice that as Althea is telling the story of the last couple of times to her dad and explaining all this good stuff, she very carefully has to jump around certain subjects about how much danger she's in, because he very clearly wears his heart on his sleeve regarding his daughter, and you see him react to any time he thinks she was in danger. Then she just kind of plays it off, and but it wasn't really a thing, so don't worry about it. Okay, great. And he goes, she gets in, and why are you here? He goes, daughter, why wouldn't I be here? It's Father's Day.
Oh, I think at that.
Quick clarification point: Father's Day is not a thing in the Fae courts because a lot of Fae don't even have fathers. This is purely something your dad made up to make sure you had to spend the day with him.
Okay, so I didn't forget to send a letter to my dad.
Yeah, no.
I was checking the calendar really quick. I was like, wait a minute, is it actually?
Oh no!
Irina looks at Arabella and starts tearing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Brad, while you stepped away, I had said that Arabella had whispered to Joyblade "Oh, this is something my dad did too," and so hearing it's Father's Day, she is very, very distraught, and she probably walks away from the table.
Probably the same thing. Just no, I literally just killed my dad in my own mind. So
I didn't
no.
do anything for my dad.
What is this Father's Day? I don't understand. Yeah. What's Father?
Althea is in her own little world, doesn't even notice Irina and Arabella leave.
Yeah,
and
we go to the bar.
I agree with Ari. Could you tell us about this Father's Day?
Oh, it's this wonderful thing I came with. You see, my little Baruli was so busy with her little training and fencing and stuff. She didn't have a whole lot of time for me with her hobbies. So that I decided that I would create a day in which we would spend it together, and that we would, kind of come back around to this. Because for the longest time, I didn't have a child, and all I did was I wished I would have a daughter, and then lo and behold, I got one, the best one in all the realms.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You called her? What did you call her?
Barui.
Barui. Yeah, I'm gonna file that one away for later.
Althea glares at Joyblade.
It means strawberry in your mortal tongue.
Of course it does. Yes, that's beautiful. What if you've got I have a few fathers. The one I thought was my dad. He was a son of a bitch. Dagon is pretty good. I mean, do you celebrate it with all of them? And he looks at Ari. Do you celebrate with your father? Have you? Is this something you do? Briar, you?
I didn't know. She looks horrified and sad.
I don't think there's a Father's Day. I mean, whenever my dad and I are nearby. We visit and we talk and we go out and have fun. And if it's winter, we might go skiing together because my dad really likes skiing.
My dad likes taking me hunting and camping.
You're quite right, young Ari. You're just quite right. For a father to know the love of a child every day is Father's Day.
I am really glad I had Arabella walk away because this was fucking killing her.
Is your friend all right? She's over there crying blood.
Her father died.
Yeah, I should. I'm gonna go
Arena's
check
also
on her.
crying alongside her.
I learned my actual dad is mostly made of ice, I think, or something like that. But we don't
Wait,
really go
what?
skiing.
No, wait.
And he walks away.
Wait, hold on, what?
No.
No. You don't get to just drop that bombshell and walk away. No.
Arabella and Arena seem to be having an emotional crisis. I'll be back later.
Okay, I need to talk to you about that.
Althea looks at Briar and says, "We're definitely going to talk to him about that."
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So anyway, sir, I think a few of the group have have some issues with
Angie, you're echoing.
losing their fathers prematurely.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's such a terrible thing to lose a father.
I forgot that it was Father's Day.
It's all right, my dear. You always seem to forget. You get so lost in your little hobbies. That's why I made Father's Day, so that I could come find you and I could tell you this is a day we will spend together.
Have they celebrated over the past 5 years while she was in Zobek?
Oh, every year without fail, he come find you.
Okay.
This is so nice.
I'm on the verge of tears. I can't help but be apprehensive because I feel like Brad's gonna be like, "Yes, I have let you lower your guard, and I'm just gonna take your heart and rip it to pieces."
Been there.
Welcome to the team, Ashley.
Both me and Rosie have been there today. Might as well come on the bandwagon.
Yep.
Yeah, yours were your own doing. I didn't do anything for that.
True.
Briar's only
The
humiliated.
episode of
Yeah. And that was
the
the
episode of
tables.
1313 was the one that I got ripped apart.
See, it turns out you're having problems with your boyfriend, the Prince Pyzeros. I understand. Young love.
He's
it's
not
such a...
my boyfriend.
Of course not, darling. Of course not. And he pats your hand.
Althea is seething.
It's as these mortals say. It's like when the boy in the class throws things at the girl, it's purely because he has feelings and he just doesn't understand how he should take about it. I've been reading a lot of books on parenthood.
He declared the ancient Bay ritual, which lets you kidnap your prospective wife.
You don't appear to be kidnapped to me?
Because I've killed everyone he's sent.
I don't see the problem then. It's not like any of them harmed you, right?
Yet.
Well, they haven't. See, it's just a little thing, a tiff between nobles. Nothing serious comes about from any of this. But if one of them should harm you, I would rip them asunder and tear their names from the fabric of our time.
Oh.
I'm sorry, he reminds me now of Tira's grandfather.
Oh my god. I am loving this.
Briar says he can't force you to marry him if he kidnaps you, can he?
She looks to her father.
He shrugs. He goes, technically he can. It's within the rules of society.
Doesn't she have to say yes?
Well, she either says, well, it's more of a matter of for her saying no with her blades.
Speaking of my blades,
Can her friends' blades help in that?
Yeah, sure, I don't care.
Well, then he's got another blade, much larger blade to worry about too. Then.
you know, Ari's been really laying the moves on Althea tonight.
Well.
Like she's looked at him a couple of times. Maybe that declaration was premature but accurate. I don't know.
Maybe that thread is gonna start to go along that line a little more.
Besides, after that, I've heard that you and one of your friends here might be having some more romantic entanglements. Do I need to give the father speech to a prospective boyfriend over here? I don't remember which one it was. I only kind of half heard the rumor that was going around. Your mother was quite mad about it.
I knew she would be. But no, I don't think you need to have that conversation. But her eyes finish the statement with an unsaid yet.
He smiles, like takes your hand and kisses it. As long as you are happy, my child, that is the only thing I want.
You know that
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes to be happy.
Fantastic. Are you coming home soon?
I will be at the summer solstice ball, as I promised.
Make sure your stomach isn't feeling funny the next time you hook up with somebody.
Next
But
time.
She says, I don't.
she glares at Briar. She just glares daggers at Briar.
I've never asked. I'm sorry for assuming. She says, but really, make sure your stomach doesn't feel funny.
All of a sudden, Briar, are you still in cat form?
No, she
No,
changed.
she
Change
came
back.
out of that.
You're sitting in your chair. Somehow, defying the laws of physics, your chair scoots across, and you're sitting next to the king.
Oh no!
Really doesn't know.
The next time.
I just assumed because I don't know. As a druid, I consider that a perfectly natural, healthy thing to do, and I assumed, and I'm sorry for that. I really.
Who has defiled my daughter?
Oh,
Speak
no.
their name.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Briar doesn't know.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do we all
I
hear this
really
inside
don't.
the tavern? Is it
Oh
like?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no!
But Briar is like terrified here. She's like, I really don't know because she really doesn't.
Is do I
Legit-
notice?
Go ahead.
Do I notice Arabella like
said it went
just
through the
like
whole tavern.
start
I
and just go?
think Arabella's outside.
Arabella
Good outside
left
then.
beforehand because she is looking for something to honor Father's Day because her and her dad always went and got a drink together on Father's Day.
If that's
So
the case, then
she's
yeah,
not there.
Arabella and Arena are not in there, so we didn't hear it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Got it.
His presence looms over you, larger than seems. As it just seems like you feel the weight of his spirit loom over you, Briar, and then it just goes back. Oh well, if you don't know, then there's nothing to worry about.
Althea's posture kind of relaxes just a little bit.
Okay. Well, in that case, then when you come back for the solstice, we're gonna have breakfast together.
Yes. But there's something I wanted to ask you about that. You see, my friends, even the ones that have left for a moment, my friends are very important to me, and it would mean quite a lot to me if they would be my guests of honor for the ball.
There's a ball.
See, he looks for a moment. Well, I don't see the harm in that.
Althea does a little clap and giggles a little bit.
It's anything for my little princess. Oh, by the way, your old sword instructor was by the palace the other day. He wanted me to pass along his salutations, as it were. Asked me how you were doing. I said you were fine.
And how is he?
He's doing quite well for himself. Taking a few more apprentices, he says. None as good as you. I made sure he told me that. I want you to know how important it is to me that you are still keeping up with this exercise regime of flailing about with a sword.
Of course. Speaking of my blades, would you like to see my new ones?
Did you get 2 blades?
She draws her new blades.
Those are exquisite. I can smell the magic in them from here.
Yes. They are quite nice. So.
Cool. Arabella out on the prowl. Give me a survival.
Okay.
Nicely done.
That's the water. Yes, Skylar.
I could use that if you would like.
It is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, Irina just is like your wingman or wing woman in this case, and like scopes out a chick for you. She's like, 2 of them down the back alley. All yours if you want them.
Wait a minute.
Yep, she's gonna go and she's gonna that. Wait, like what time of day is it? Like how busy is this area?
It's noon.
It's noon. It's kind of busy.
What time is it? It's noon. He said it's noon. Okay.
But yeah, you spotted the space around here. There's several side alleys you could duck into. Child's play to sidle somebody off on their own.
Man, Irina acts as your like eyes in the sky because she knows what you're doing.
All right, she's gonna lure her prey away.
Her prey.
What prey are we gonna lure away? Pretty young barmaid, strapping farm boy.
Yeah, let's go with a pretty young barmaid.
You saddle her off to the side, catch her in a quick bit of chat. She follows along with you, easily enamored. And next thing you know, you have her pinned up against the wall, feeding upon her. And for a moment, you swear that if you looked from the corner of your eye, you would see your father next to you feeding as well.
Damn it.
Man, he's hitting you today.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna cry, damn it. I'm
Wait,
gonna see
you're
how
not, are you?
Is that a challenge?
Do this. Yeah, get the fade on it, and it drops down. And you go to like clean your mouth, and notice that you're holding your father's handkerchief to clean your mouth. And you just hear in the wind, "Another round, dear."
Oh god. I'm not gonna fucking cry, damn it. She's just gonna nod yes. Another drink.
I mean, at a certain point, there's like 4 farm hands and stable boys and stuff just like piled up in this alley. And he's like, "Are you sure you haven't had enough?"
Like, I know I could go ahead and mask the smell, girl, but I think you had enough.
after like the fourth one, she'll say, "Yeah, I think I've had enough
I think
now."
so too. This is an entire family's worth of people.
It was
You
my
know,
father. It was my
I,
father. He was here and he asked if I
honey,
wanted another drink, and I said, "Want
I
to turn
know.
it down?"
Shh,
No,
it's okay. It's all right. The problem is now you got cleanup to deal with.
it's okay. My father trained me in that.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah, and
fine.
the
But
last
that
one
was
was A
4 of them.
positive, and that was your dad's favorite.
I was holding back the tears really well. Oh,
Okay. Oh, perfect. Well, does she know how Arena usually takes care of those things? That's the question.
wait, what?
Does Arena know how Arabella usually takes care of bodies?
No, because she hasn't had to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm going to find the nearest mouse.
Okay.
Or the nearest rat. The largest fucking rat.
This little rat comes waddling out from underneath some of the floorboards to go, the fuck are you looking at?
What the fuck you want? There's a fucking meal right here. There's 4 of them. How about you go ahead and get your buddies and see if you can't go ahead and get yourself a feast?
Yeah, I guess I can do that.
I mean, it's free. You don't even have to do nothing. All you got to do is just eat, and that's it.
Why do they look so stiff?
Rigor mortis and all that. You haven't heard of it?
That look like someone who's heard of rigor fucking mortis. I don't know who that is.
Well, then that's the case. No problem. I just figured you're a strapping rat. You want to go ahead and get yourself some food. I'm not hungry myself, so I don't have to worry about eating you or anything. You get yourself your free meal. Sounds like a plan now, doesn't it?
How do I know this ain't one of them big folk trick things? Like you poison the food here, get all the rats to come eat it out. That's how you get rid of us, huh? Sounds
Arena-
too good to be true.
Arena gets like super close to him and like a predator looking at a quick meal just goes, listen, fat boy, if I wanted to eat you, you're already beating my fucking talents. Alright?
Alright. I'm gonna go eat these things, but not because you told me to, because I want to.
Exactly. And we can go about our way. Have a nice day. Alright, we're good. There's gonna be some rats that are gonna go and take care of this. Let's go. Come on, you're slobbering and leaving all your DNA on the fucking bodies. Let's go.
She just goes, I could have just chopped them up and put them in my bag of holding and got rid of them later.
I mean, that takes a lot of time and people could look, but now there's rats. It's like, oh, okay, shit, they died to rats.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. We cut away from the two of you back over to the tavern where.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
Something occurred to Briar
Huh?
right as you were transitioning. Was it you that made deals with my parents before I was born?
See, he stops up. You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific than that, dear. I've made a lot of deals with mortals over the years.
Finhorn and Chrysanthemum?
He stops and thinks for a moment, pulls out a small little crystal thing and like fiddles with it, and then you just see these sylvan sigils in front of him. Da, da, da. Not by me personally, but according to this, they were on the unsealed logbooks.
Okay. I just wondered.
Why? Did you wish to make some deals? I can get you a very favorable deal.
That's probably. I don't think grandmother would approve.
Oh, you're already contracted under someone. I thought the aura around you looked slightly familiar.
Is that a knife cutting a vegetable? What was that?
That?
It was the sound of a book slamming shut, I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's book sliding shut.
Okay.
He's using props, everyone. He wants to give it
The creak of my chair as I rock in it occasionally.
Oh, okay.
I just wondered. That's all.
Okay, well, I'll tell you right now, because you're a friend of my daughter's. If you ever want to change jobs, I'll get you a deal.
Actually,
Yes, dear.
Father, are you able to grant wishes?
No, not necessarily. Wishes are territory of the Jinn. We have old pacts saying we can't step in on that.
Okay.
No, so anyway, Miss Pryor, if you wish to switch occupations and might want to come work for my court, as I said, offer on the table. You want to negotiate one? I will happily negotiate you a very favorable deal. Whatever the Baba Yaga's paying you, I'll double it. All you have to do is make sure none defile my daughter. He puts his hand over your hand as he stares into your eyes.
I
Think it over. Think it over. So anyway, who wants to see pictures? And he pulls out a book that is bound with leaves as pages and starts flipping out baby pictures of Althea.
Oh God, no!
This here is when we went to the Orcus Wrestling Federation's Grand Killimabob show, and Althea did herself up in the war paint of Gorash Killmonger. And he begins flipping through it and showing you guys baby pictures and pictures often through her toddler years, and they kind of start to slow down when she reaches adolescence, and you see she's in the ballet tunics but holding rapiers and sabers.
And that one was my favorite.
Yeah.
And you guys have a very nice time here visiting with Althea's father. As the sun begins to set, he looks up at you. You're very clearly sad. He goes, afraid the day is about to end.
You have to go, Father.
Yes, you know how your mother gets. She has all that political work to do, and someone has to come by every now and then and tidy up the house. Not that I do any of the cleaning. I just have to direct the servants to make sure the things are the way she likes.
I'll see you soon.
Is it tomorrow?
Not yet.
Then that's not soon enough for me. He just sadly closes up the book, throws it back into his cape. It's okay. I understand it. The little bird has to leave the nest. She has to go out and find her own way. But you could come home. You could come home right now. Everything would be perfect. You would have everything you ever wanted. Do you want something? Is it a pony? I'll get you a pony if you come home right now. And I broke Ashley.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm sorry, Ashley.
If it makes you feel any better, you broke me too.
I thought you weren't gonna cry, Rosie.
I was trying. I failed.
Althea is gonna wipe away a tear, and she's gonna steel herself and say, I would love to come home, but there's some things that I have to do.
He nods his head sadly. I understand, Barui. If you ever want to come home, send for me and I will come get you right away. No questions asked. And he leans down, kisses you on the cheek. I love you, Baruli.
She just hugs him.
He hugs you tight, gives you one more kiss on the forehead, and steps away, and an arc of black wood with purple roses forms up behind him, and he smiles at you one more time, steps through, and disappears.
So do we all
Wow.
get together again next year and do this again, or
Oh yeah, definitely. This happens every year. Without
right?
fail.
I look forward to. Is it a group thing or is it more?
I don't think he'll
Well,
mind
that's
if it's a
today.
group thing.
What if we all brought our fathers? That would be pretty cool.
That would have been nice.
Really?
You
Really?
guys are outside, right? Eating
Me.
people.
Sorry, I
I
assume.
think at this point you guys have come back together.
Right,
You're
right
not
as
in
Arabella comes
the trouble.
inside. Right as Arabella comes inside, Joyblade says, "So do you think maybe next year we can all bring our fathers?"
With that, she walks back out.
Irina just looks at it and goes.
Well,
Irina just looks at everyone, goes, and just like, if you're able to get him out of prison, maybe. As she walks back out.
one
Joyblade.
shouldn't give up hope. Souls and spirits can go for a long time.
Agreed. You were asking me
So,
something, Briar.
yeah, that ring, that thing that Amelia told me about sounds related to what you said your father is.
Right. I mean, it could be. Most likely. Maybe. Hard to
I'm
tell.
definitely rolling insight. I'm gonna use my inspiration point as well.
It's a good call. I'm gonna use
17.
mine too.
Damn it!
Oh man.
It's hard to tell, really. Just no idea.
Okay, I believe that you don't know, but that does not mean I think that it's unrelated.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. You said he's made of ice, and
It was.
this
Yeah.
thing.
It was like a
There
close
must be,
approximation. It kind of looked like me. It was a whole thing. I'm not exactly.
maybe since maybe Lady Stormwind stole it from him.
I mean, that seems like the most likely outcome. When I spoke with him, he did feel as though they
Could I meet
took
him?
from him. I'm sorry. You cut out for me, Angie. Sorry.
Could I meet him?
Oh, he will
I thought
think
you were.
deeply and go. He sort of just speaks to me every now and then. I've only actually spoken to him face to face once. It's kind of at his decision. I don't know actually know how to access
Well,
him.
I assumed it would be with his permission, if anything. But yes, could you tell him I would like to, please, when you get a
Certainly.
chance?
Yes, certainly.
Maybe he has some good answers for us.
The halfling cannot speak to me, for I am only able to reach out to you. Because of our unique bond, my son. Otherwise, I'm only able to communicate with the one who wields the ring.
He'll kind of like nod and then look back to Briar and go, turns out he can't actually speak with you or meet with you. It's just me or the person with the ring, which would be Lady Stormrun. So
Well,
it's
maybe
actually, I
you
mean, that
could
which
ask
means
him.
he's listening right now. So you can probably just speak up. I think he'll hear
Yeah.
you.
Well, then I'd like to know if maybe that ring belonged to him or something. There must be some connection.
He'll think
to himself and try to reach out to Balthazar and go, "Do you want me to tell them it's your ring, or would you like to keep that between us right now?"
I'm sorry, Jeff. I was checking something there.
Sorry, he would ask Balthazar if he wants to keep it a secret that that's his ring, or if like he doesn't mind me sharing that that is indeed his ring that Lady Stormrun has. I don't want to overshare, basically.
That you can share.
Okay. Yes, that is his ring that she has in possession. I'd like to get it back.
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do.
It does seem as though that's the magic that Lady Stormrun is harnessing when you described those things that you fought at Zobek.
Yeah, get it from her, give it back to your father.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I should check on Arabella. She's been a bit of a mess
Yeah.
after speaking with the seer yesterday, and the whole father. That's a tough spot for her, and I just want to be there for Irina too. I should check on them, and he'll stand up and
Yeah.
Althea, thank you for letting us be a part of this moment with your father, and he'll turn and go outside.
She turns to Althea and Ari. You both know I am never setting foot in the carnival again. Okay? Right. Why is everybody so quiet?
I have nothing to say to that.
How far has
Ari just sort of nods with like, okay. Yep. Understood.
how far have Arabella and Irina made it from the tavern? Like, how far would I have to go to
Not
catch
very
either
far.
of you?
Yeah, not very far.
Yeah.
Okay. I would come out with Mal in tow and kind of solemnly walk up and say, "Look, I understand it was insensitive of me, and I apologize for that.
Yeah.
Irina, I understand your struggle, and Arabella, I do understand yours as well. But you seem particularly distraught since your time with the seer. Are you all right, darling? You seem to have a lot going on."
Rosie?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
He's just asking. He said, I can tell you've been having a hard time since you met with the seer. And so he's asking, like, if there's anything else other than just the fact that this was a Fey version of Father's Day.
Arabella, you notice the vein in Joyblade's neck is especially pronounced for some reason.
God. She's just gonna stare at it for a moment, and afterwards she's gonna say, "No, your comment just it hit a wrong nerve. Do you mind if I just go for a walk and get some air?"
As you're saying all that, I'm going to do detect thoughts on you as you're.
Damn it, Jeff.
Just to double check what comes up for you as you're saying that.
Just a little nibble. Just a little nibble.
Just a little, just a light sprinkle. And if anything seems particularly of interest to me, like killing me, I will then dive deeper. Brad is the type to go, not only can I kill you with an NPC, I can kill you with your own team member. Watch me. kill you with Rosie.
So the thought that, he's gonna get. Hold on, give me a second. I'll come back.
No
What
problem.
happens when you fall in love with Jeff's characters?
This is facts.
My heart. Who's ready for next time?
Next
Nobody?
campaign, we'll have Ashley fall in love with Jeff's character so she can have that fun.
There you go.
Oh boy.
So, for any of you that may have been worried, I'm okay. Just had a really intense crying spell, that's all.
It's been
Gotta
an
get it
emotional
out.
roller coaster of an episode.
Yeah, gotta
Okay,
get it
I
out
can-
sometimes.
I can
Go
answer
ahead.
now.
Go for
Okay,
it.
go
Rosie.
ahead, Rosie.
So when he texts thoughts, he will likely pick up on her thoughts of, oh, his vein looks really, really good right now. And then also picking up on, God damn it, I didn't think that I was gonna feel anything after getting the information. And then he'd also pick up on her saying, I'm not gonna kill him. I'm not gonna kill him. I love him. I'm not gonna kill him. But he said something really insensitive. I'm not gonna kill him. I love him. Yeah.
Okay. I think he would kind of give you like a sly smile, like, oh yeah, she definitely got the information, and he'll kind of tilt his head and look at you and just very gentle smile. I understand if you need some space, go ahead and take a bit of a walk. And if you need that space away from me just to calm down, understandable.
She's gonna look really solemn and she'll just say, thank you. I love you.
He holds your hand and says, I love you dearly. And he'll sleight of hand a tarot into your hand. It's the two lovers, and go, just hang on to it for your walk.
Fucking A, now Jeff's gonna break me.
Yeah, he will.
Nice?
Yeah, you will, James. Oh,
God
man.
damn it, no.
I exited the other character I had that was in Joy Blade. Wait, only one of my characters was in love with Joy Blade. You know what I mean.
Alternate
Perfect.
title for tonight's session, Tears Don't Fall, They Crash Around Me.
Oh my god.
That song was in my head too.
Oh no.
I literally had that song in my mind as I've been crying through this fucking session. Is Erna with Arabella?
Yeah. Ride or die, bitch, baby.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
As they're walking, she's gotten information about the whole storm run thing and her dad and everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So she's going to say, I know that you know about the storm run stuff. We need to get a lady storm run. We have to get her.
I mean, it makes sense considering the fact that all the shit that's been going on. But not only that, but with everything that's going on with everything, it makes sense. I mean, is there anyone else that we could probably have us help or something like that? Anyone that Mata knew?
The investigator that he was close to.
Yeah, I tried messaging him, but he's got nothing.
With everything going on, it may be difficult to get a message out. She's gonna go on because I mean, when Erna originally asked her if she found out anything, she was kind of vague about it. But she's gonna say the information that I got, it involves that if I got the information, I would kill a guy named Ascalon, but that's actually Joyblade, and I can't. I won't kill him. I won't. I won't. You have
Can't you
to
bring him
help me
back?
stop this.
Can't you bring him back if you do?
You'll what?
Can't you bring him back if you do? Will it work?
Kind of caught for words.
I mean, no offense, it's the reason why I've had to let go of Avon, because even if he is dead, it'd be too late. And Jasper is a perfect example. He got resurrected.
Yeah.
She's gonna there are I would love nothing more than to I've posed the thought to him before of, I could kill him and bring him back, but he said it may not be the best idea for me to do so because his blood is it's not normal, I guess you could say. He's worried something would happen if I had drank from him.
Well, I mean, you're at kind of wit's end, just like I am. It's either you kill Lady Stormrun or you have to kill him and possibly ruin yourself. And you
I
bring him
won't
back.
kill him. I
Then
won't
we
kill
kill
him.
Lady Stormrun. That's nothing we else can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're gonna
that's
kill Lady Storm and get revenge for all of this bullshit that's gone on. Get your dad back because I don't want to believe he's dead, and I won't
player
have to kill the love of my life. Okay.
player to player. I was hinting at the fact of possibly getting in touch with Alessa.
Oh. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm like trying to not continue crying more.
Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I was trying to deviate you off of there, because Alessa,
He's the
player to
wrong
player.
person to ask.
I
Because
don't think
he and
so in this
Alessa,
scenario.
she and Alessa did not get along.
Is it like dialing back? She'll bring up Alessa, but she'll be like, actually, oh wait. She's gonna wait. I think Althea really got along with Alessa. Her and I didn't get along. We kind of really, really hate each other. Maybe we could get Althea to write to her. Yeah. It might be weird for you to write to her and reach out, being like, oh, hey, I'm your fiance's long lost daughter. Help us with this. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, we can only take what we got, That's the problem. We don't really have that much of a choice. And if what you said is true, I may actually have a chance to have a mom. So why would I go ahead and squander that right now?
I fucking hate so many of you tonight.
We
She's
shall
gonna
hug
go,
her.
hey, you're right. I will actually reach out to her.
Yeah, because it's weird when it's just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm technically your stepdaughter and everything.
I will write to her, and I will suck up everything that I have to do to write this letter to her and be the noble version of myself that can do so.
I know you
Okay.
will. Alright? I'm here for you.
All
You're my
right.
wing girl, alright?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. She
Go.
gives you a little peck
And
on the cheek.
that is where we will close for the
Welcome to the most emotional episode in 3
tonight on
seasons.
a very special episode.
Oh my god.
This is a fucking Lifetime movie.
I really thought that Joyblade would ask about Saya, but he.
I I thought about it, but I also felt like I got a lot of moments tonight, so I was trying not to hog too
Oh,
much.
yeah.
So I didn't. I once you did, I was really relieved. I was about to message you and be like, maybe you should ask because I've talked enough tonight.
You mean
Yeah.
Althea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel kind of bad because I feel like I stole the spotlight a little too much. And then,
No,
and
you
then,
No,
You're
I think
fine.
everybody
you got
really.
fine. Yeah.
but
Arena had her moment that she needed to have happen. Arabella
Mhm.
had her moment. Everybody had a little bit of moments.
I think everyone got a little
All
bit. I think Ari might have been a little short. Brandon, remind me to start next week's session with Ari and prayers. I have something set up for that.
Okay.
all right,
I
you
just needed
guys.
to make-
Well, thank you so much for the very emotional session. For those of you that have been faithfully watching up to this point, you already know you can catch the videos on YouTube and rewatch them later. And please make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and make sure you join the Discord using !Discord to keep up to date with art announcements, quotes, and shenanigans. And with all of that said, we will see you guys next time. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Everybody.
Good night.